table and wine, the woods and the vine. I did not set these places, but they feel like home. I came from the ground, brought out by the sound, and I moved through the air, but I'll come back again. Once I've said my piece, once I've said my piece, you won't forget I'm gone once I leave. I feel you holding on, pulling me back to that burning home underneath. I'll let you have your way once I've said my piece.
never felt so alive in my life. 'Cause you make me come to life every time. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see? I'm crashing into you. I've never felt so alive in my life. 'Cause you make me come to life every time. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see? I'm crashing into you. I'm crashing into you.
Africa TV Freak Up Studio Live 2022 GSL Season 1 Code S.
What's up, everybody? We're in our very first round of 6. Man, that feels weird to say. And let's get into it, man. We are here, and we're going to be eliminating, half of the players in our tournament here tonight. Looking forward to our games, Artosis.
Yeah. It's kind of an interesting bracket, but Tasus, if it's a round of 6, why are only 4 players playing today?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're completely right.
Well, no, but it is the round of 6. You were actually right. But look, we're going to eliminate 2 players, and the other 2 will go up to meet Dark and Trap, who await in the round of 4. It's basically a winner's match, then a loser's match, and then a final match.
That's right.
And if you... There you go. I mean, some players are going to eliminate. I don't know.
We've basically changed the entire format of the GSL for the year 2020. I mean, this is a tournament that's been around for I think 12 years now? Are we 11 years or 12 years?
12 years.
Anyways, over 10 years. And so, you know, we've had a lot of the same format through most of this, so I kind of welcome this change. And, you know, we'll see if we like it, the players like it, the fans like it.
So far, it's been entertaining for sure.
Yeah,
like
I enjoyed the round of 10 more than I thought I would, actually.
Yeah, round of 10 was really good. Here are players that remain. All the Terrans, unfortunately, eliminated. We have 4 Zergs and 2 Protoss still around. Of course, as you see, the winners went directly to that round of 4, Trap and Dark, both with 3-1 map scores, or 3-1 match scores, rather. Rogue and Creator in second place will be playing the winners match, and then the third place tie between RagnaroK and DRG will be playing the loser match. So one of them will be eliminated first here tonight.
And so here's what remains of the tournament so far. As you guys can see, already in the semifinals is Trap and Dark awaiting their opponents. Today is going to be about these players clawing their way into this next part of the bracket.
Yeah, and the winner of Rogue Creator goes up against Trap, and then the overall, whoever loses there, of course, drops down, and someone will be playing against Dark. Who would you prefer to play against Trap here, Rogue or Creator?
Honestly, I want Creator. I would think that's going to be a fun match, and it seems like
I think it makes
Creator
the finals better because then it's PVZ guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely had some Zerg domination in the last several years of StarCraft 2, so it's always a welcome thing to not have a ZVZ finals. I don't care if there's just one Zerg in the finals, but it is interesting to see that here.
Yeah.
As you can see here today, it is 3 Zergs and a Protoss, and of course, Rogue and Creator, there's a cushion here in the bracket where whoever is beaten there will then drop down into this tiny loser. Is it fair to say a loser's bracket? I guess it is.
Yeah, it is. It is. By the way, guys, the finals are actually going to be at our new studio. It was the old OGN studio. It's a great place in Digital Media City.
Yes.
Big live audience. You're going to love it.
It is. Yeah, that's my favorite part. The audience. We're actually going to have people come down. There's actually some people in the studio here today. We still have people filing in. But yeah, things are finally getting back to normal here from the pandemic, and that includes actually having big gatherings like the one that we can have here at DMC.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. DMC being Digital Media City. That's the name of the subway stop of that area. But
one
that's
caveat
going to be a lot of fun.
It's not that easy to find. I found. I mean, I've worked out of there, and I was lost for a little bit outside the building. So, if you care about the opening ceremony and stuff like that, you might want to come a little bit earlier. And it's basically around a whole bunch of tall buildings that have studios inside them, but it's not obvious. Then again, this studio is also not that easy to find.
Make sure you have directions, whether it's on a phone or like the exact. Exact address, that type of thing. It'll help you to find it. The first time you go, though, it is a little bit tricky to get to. Okay, so as you see, Rogue right now has had a good tournament thus far, only losing to Trap there in the round of 10. And honestly, I think, just based on how everyone's been playing so far, I think both Rogue and Creator will probably make it out tonight.
Look, Creator's on fire. I mean, this is a very welcome change here in the GSL. This is, first of all, one of the most old-school StarCraft 2 players. You know, the guys that were playing the first couple of years, a lot of them are not here anymore. But Creator is, and, Creator was sort of this tragic figure of GSL in that he was always good enough to make it in, but he was always one of the first players to get knocked out. In this tournament, for like the first time in forever, he is beating everybody and playing really well, and that's exciting. But he's going up against Rogue, which is like, the final boss of a Dark Souls game, difficulty level. I mean, he's very tough, he's very scary, and he doesn't really seem to struggle against any race, any player, on any map.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens, guys, in this best of 5. We're going to start this off on the map Burlingrad.
2022 GSL Season 1. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Team MB, Creator.
All right. I'm pretty excited to see what Creator's going to bring here against Rogue. And, yeah, you actually kind of just got me thinking when you mentioned that he's just so old school. If you look at... I should double check, but let's say the first 2 seasons of GSL, right, from 2010. We have 4 players that are still around. It's Maru, Ryung, Gumiho, and Creator.
Oh, yeah. I guess Gumiho really is that old school.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. Gumiho, in fact, he was a random player. He was the only random player in GSL.
Yeah, long time ago. And this is a thing that happens with RTS games. Thank you for coming down.
Oh, excellent.
What do you call that where it's like a word going down the side and then it spells something with each letter?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
I have no idea.
All right.
Call it Scrabble.
Just moving on. Call it Scrabble.
That's what I call it, yeah. I'm not sure what Scrabble means, though, either.
So, yeah, whenever you have a new RTS game come out, there's a lot of kind of new talent that comes in, and a lot of these people are the kind that can, you know, take on and not figured out puzzle and kind of come out with some really good solutions. But as the game gets explored more and unpacked more, you end up with a lot of people. I mean, a lot of those people still, you know, are competitive from early on, but when things get optimized and refined, that's when you end up with kind of a whole new breed of players. And so to see someone like Creator, who had struggled, by the way, I mean, he really was one of these guys, you give him a fresh new game like StarCraft 2, again, this is 12 years ago, but and he was, you know, brilliant and dominating. And then he got kind of pushed back down by these optimizers, these grinders, these people that really, you know, they practice stuff over and over. They do have formulaic play styles, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. But yeah, that can be tough. But we're seeing this resurgence, and honestly, I think this is the most exciting story in the tournament, at least so far, is that Creator, who always loses, actually is just playing so well, like better than we've ever seen. I can't think of a tournament where he looked this good, ever.
Well, I guess 2012 World Championships is the only time that he was really nailing it.
But I guess if you look back at those games compared to now, like, people are so much better now. We were all cave people back then.
Oh, yes. You're certainly 1,000,000,000% right on that, no doubt. By the way, I am, during this, taking a quick look at who was playing. Maru was the only guy that was actually in Season 1.
Oh, was it Season 2 that Gumiho came in then?
I'm trying to check right now. It was so early, but I'm like kind of just scrolling through the... Actually, no, not Season 2. Gumiho is basically a new player.
So in this game, we've got Robotech, Immortal first, Warp Prism second, hidden behind 2 gates. Warp gate's about to finish. And so this will probably be a setup for a Disruptor drop later on. A little bit of a staggered one.
Yeah. And, yeah, it's a cool build. There's a Rochron coming up, so that's kind of what you want to be playing against anyways here. And, yeah, we'll see what Creator can end up getting done. I like that he has a really big range right now as well. It's not like he's just doing one thing to beat people. Yeah, Gumiho was Season 3. Was his first season of GSL.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I guess Creator came a little bit later and Rap came a little bit later too. But yeah, very, very old school at this point. Now, obviously the Lings can't get too much done. He does see the Prism, which is very important. Prism speed, about halfway done right here. And I mean, there's an Immortal... Do you think it's just going to turn into like a 2-base push here?
Yeah, I was wondering that. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
When I looked at this initially, I thought, oh, it's going to be like a delayed drop or something like that. But I guess this kind of makes more sense. I think having the Immortal in is going to bring a little bit of novelty into this. A lot of times when we see the rush into the Warp Prism and then Disruptor, it's immediate. That's funny. That pylon there.
I love that
cute.
pylon actually. Yeah,
I like that.
It's really smart for warping, so you don't have to do it. You don't have to mess with the wall. Because you know that Rogue will run in the second you have a hole there, because Protoss still doesn't have a door despite asking for it for years. Yeah, Colossus coming up. I mean, you're definitely...
Oh, I was...
No, I mean, there's
I thought
a
it was going
Nexus
to be 2
being made.
disruptors.
Oh,
Okay.
he has 2 disruptors, too. But, like, if you're starting a Colossus this quickly, like, I think you have to follow it up with a push, right?
Oh, okay. One of the disruptors is in the Warp Prism. That's what I was confused
Yeah.
about. All right.
Okay.
Not bad.
Decent
Loses
hit there.
shields on both. And bruises the 2 queens.
Another disruptor coming out. Okay, pushes the Lings back with the Colossus beams there. Spire comes up, and no big surprise to see that. Okay, double disruptor now going out into the map. Twilight, as well as another gate here. Certainly he'll be going for Blink.
Nice snipe here. Again, you take anything that you can get, and hopefully this kind of adds up into a little bit more momentum in the actual push when it's coming.
Well, there's definitely a window here where you can get some more damage before mutas start popping out. One thing, like, when you do a build like this, you can almost just, like, blindly counter mutas, you know? Like, that's part of the reason, obviously, why you're going to go into Blink Stalkers here, as opposed to anything else. It just kind of fits better anyways, but I wonder if it would maybe make some sense here for Creator to even grab, like, either a Dark Shrine or a Templar Archives just to get a couple Archons, because when the mutas are coming out, like, you do need that little bit of extra anti-muta.
That was a very poor attack by Rogue there with the Lings. Yeah. I don't think he actually killed anything. That is pretty good.
Loses a disruptor, but worth. That is a huge
play-by-play Tasis. I'm like, that is pretty good. So the push is going to come out now.
Oh, look at this. More roaches on the way. Actually, no mutas being made as of yet. He sees those Ravagers. Little attack coming in. Creator does have a pretty healthy drone count, honestly.
Oh, this is a pretty big counterattack here, but the probes are going to buy a little bit of time. We'll see if that, oh, that Blinks pull away. So Creator's going to come in here. He's going for broke. The Disruptor shot does connect there.
Yeah, still warping in a little bit more. That Colossi putting some damage up, but maybe not on the right unit here. The Lings coming in with that flank, and he is going to be able to pick off the Disruptor, which is pretty huge. Such an important part of this attack, but Blink is going to be finishing more and more Stalkers coming up.
And, it's kind of now or never here for Creator. I mean, he did a decent amount of damage. It is going to be another dive in. He does blink forward and then blink right back out. I don't see anything on the production tab making right now for Creator, by the way. I'm talking about Robotech and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's just trying to kill him right now.
Yeah, he's basically got the timing set up. He does have the one Colossi in the back. He's being very patient. He's not overextending with these zealots. He has the 2 sentries ready. Maybe one for a Guardian shield when he actually tries to commit to the fight. I don't know.
Honestly, I really like how he's sitting the rest of the units back. He's just using, like, enough Stalkers that they can mostly all fire on anything.
Yeah.
And just letting everything else just kind of chill and microing these as well as he can. So he is kind of grinding the army down a little bit. Bailey's speed gets started, and here we go. He starts bringing more units now. Throw some force fields down there. Vials come down, but he's dodging them reasonably well. A few of them do end up hitting here.
And going to try to push this back as best he can. This could be an overextension. He goes ahead and blinks a little bit further forward here. The Colossus taking too much damage. It's still alive, barely. Blink forward, actually, on top of that.
Yeah, very aggressive blink forward. I don't think he has enough to break this, though.
Dude, he's still keeping that Colossus alive.
Yeah.
But I think you might be right, Artosis. I think that there is not quite enough here.
It feels like he's going to run dry in a moment here. The Stalkers have taken a lot of damage. They've been reduced quite a bit. The technicality of the army has gone down. Yeah, the Colossus is alive, but no more sentries or anything.
Yeah, Rogue is barely hanging on here because he does lose that Colossus, and he will probably lose his War Prism to Vials as well. This, I think, is actually going to be game. I mean, maybe Creator plays it out a little bit longer, but this was basically the climax.
Yeah.
You know, and once you don't have that robo-tech sophistication in your army, it's not good.
Yeah. If he had been able to keep even one disruptor alive during this push, then I think that this could have easily turned into a victory, right? Like, you need those disruptor hits. Otherwise, you're left just microing stalkers as hard as you possibly can, but
Yeah.
Rogue's macro just a bit too strong now. Take that ground.
Take that ground. So, you know, this is the counterpunch coming in here from Rogue. He's basically set up in a really good position to try to come in here and do quite a bit of damage. And I think we're going to see Creator fizzle out here. Although I will say it was a good game, but, you know, Rogue, it's very hard. Maybe I should say it's very rare to ever see him die to timing attacks, right? I mean, that's kind of, if you're the best Zerg player in the world, that's sort of your thing, is not losing at specific moments in the game.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
kind
for
of
sure.
hanging on and, you know, holding off.
Now, one thing to mention, there are 2 disruptors out now. So maybe he can stabilize at the 3rd, but those Banelings coming in, it feels like those are just perfectly timed. The Probe's trying to run back here. He is going to end up losing a decent amount of them, unfortunately. And yeah, that's going to be it.
GG.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a great defense there from Rogue. I think that wasn't a bad build for Creator to bust out there, and he did okay with the harassment, but losing the disruptors at the beginning, like, he lost one harassing, and then he lost a disruptor, like, very early in the push. And really, like, if you just keep if the disruptor had been alive for the whole push, he wins.
Yeah.
It's actually huge how big a difference, like, even one disruptor in a battle that is that long against Roach Ravager. It's like amazing how much damage it can deal.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you had all the disruptors there, when those stalkers are running back and forth, and you just come in there and chunk out little bits of the army, you're gonna probably win. Roughneck is going to be our next map. Rogue versus Creator in this best of 5. The winner does go on into the Final 4 to face off against Trap.
Yeah, and that'll be a good one.
Sorry, Artosis, but the loser is not eliminated. Just making sure I understand my own tournament well here. And so we continue this on. Again, Creator playing better than he has ever in the 10+ years of GSL. But Rogue may be the best guy in the tournament. There's a very realistic chance that Rogue just wins this whole thing. So either way, whoever loses this series, their story is not over yet, and they will be able to fight back in the loser's bracket.
All right, we are getting the map loaded up. Roughneck, a very interesting one. Let's see if Creator can tie it up.
2022 GSL Season 1. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Team MB, Creator.
So he really likes to open with this, where he runs out and blocks the first hatchery. This will force it to go to where the third base would normally be.
Yeah, a very common tactic that we've been seeing. This map, by the way, definitely been seeing a lot of Void Ray builds here. Since the bases are so close, we've been seeing a lot of Void Ray disruptor play. Would not be surprised, honestly, to see that from Creator. It does feel like, honestly, that it's the best build on the map. I don't know if you would agree with that, Tasteless.
No, I would agree with that.
Okay. I'm glad we're on the same
You know what?
page.
I'm gonna let that one go. Yeah. So, with Creator, I think for the most part pulling his build off and failing. I'm interested in seeing what other kind of ideas he's going to toy with here. I think it could be possible he does sort of the same thing that he did in the last game. I mean, I think if he had tweaked that a little bit better, maybe it would have worked out. But this is a pretty different map. This map has, like, It's pretty easy to turtle on 4 bases in the bottom right, but after you try to take a 5th, it gets much tougher.
Yeah. By the way, have every single PVZ we've seen here, Protoss, has been bottom right.
Is that true?
Every single
Are you
one.
sure?
Yes. All of them.
What does that mean?
The map is rigged.
It's rigged,
Tasteless.
dude. We're going to have the tech shown here shortly. It is going to be the Twilight Council.
Okay. Okay, so Creator's actually mixing it up.
Yeah, no Robo.
It
so
really
far.
has been pretty much, like every game that I can think of has been a Stargate opener. So kind of interesting. Now, I mean, there's a lot that you can do with a glaive opener, right? Like you can go into Void Rays afterwards. We've seen that occasionally. And of course, you could just go into just kind of a standard ground army. You can go into Disruptor after that.
Yeah.
Immortals are fine. You know, there's... And let's not forget, actually, remember how Hero played this map? Where he just played like Gateway Man and took like 6 bases against Zerg?
He's just going to get in there?
Yeah, man. He's just going to shade right up.
Yeah. Oh, or is he? I'm sorry, Artosis, I ran over you because I saw an Adept walking. Go ahead.
I know, it was a
I was
very
like,
important
Artosis,
thing.
not now. There's an Adept moving.
Wait, is the Adept making
There
his
you
way
are
towards
again.
the Zerg base and then using his shade tactic?
There you go again, Dan, just ruining the show with your strategy talk. Can't
I
you see
know.
there's Adepts walking around?
Gotta talk about it. All right, so it's actually Blink. Oh, I really didn't think. Wow. So 2-base Blink, adding gates, getting a Robo. I mean, it seems like this is just going to be a Stalker all-in, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, 4-gate Blink with
5.
a Robo?
5.
Oh, well, and then he already has a gate finish, right? So 6-gate.
6.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's basically you are just all in. You are going for a kill.
We're going to know pretty quickly if this is going to work. It's going to be like the first couple blinks. If they trade favorably enough, then you just die as Zerg. Again,
Yeah,
the thing
good
is, though,
snowball.
Rogue doesn't really, he doesn't flounder in these kind of situations.
Some warpins occurring in the main base there. Doesn't want those to be seen. I'm excited. You load these guys up into that prism. And let's go. Let's get this done. A lot of lings being made.
Yeah, he's going to see that, sorry, the Ling is going to see that Warp Prism coming out now. Blinks 5 seconds out. I mean, basically, the Zerg has to brace for impact here. It is kind of a wonky timing. We're going to see it come out, and he's going to set up the first wave of Warpins here. Now, keep in mind, you can both blink and you can juggle with the Warp Prism, but you cannot afford to lose the Warp Prism in this moment, or you will lose the game.
Starts to move forward here. He does have an observer on the way, so he can clear some of this creep, but not right at this second, so he does have to walk on. You see how careful he's being. You do not want to lose this group of stalkers. All right, gets forward, putting a lot of damage on that queen. Okay, gets it. Blinks back.
Oh my god, those Links, I almost fell out of my chair.
Yeah, this was good, man. Those zealots that he warped in behind, very, very useful here, or he probably would have lost all of his stalkers pretty much.
This is so not going to work, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I seriously actually had a jump scare when those Links came up from the bottom of my chest. I was actually not ready for that.
Yeah, I guess, well, Crater was kind of ready. He had made some zealots there, so... Yeah, you're the only one with the jump scare.
That's why I'm only allowed to talk about the stuff in the GSL, Artosis. He can snipe the spine.
It looks like the Lings come out and do force him back. Oh, man.
This is not pretty.
Okay, well, this is like... This does not look very good for Creator.
Yeah, no, this is pretty bad. Again, no third base for Creator as well. He's going to go for the robotics bay, take another gas. I just don't think he can win this, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really not looking very good. He's going to fly around with the Stalkers and the Prism. There's no reason not to. I mean, going up right now into maybe Colossus, maybe Disruptor. Colossus would probably be best here. But
Okay, so this seems like one of these games where, like, you tried one thing, and that was basically what the game was supposed to... You're supposed to win with that one thing, right? And then it doesn't work. You're like, well, There's like one other thing I can do that's not as good, and I'm probably going to lose, but
That's exactly what this game is.
yeah, I'm still in this game, so like I'll just like try to do this.
Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to leave from here. You still have an army, right? Like, Rogue cut drones at 40, so it's not like his economy is overwhelming yet. Like, he's droning pretty heavily right now, so it's going to get there where it's a lot better than Creator's, but Creator, you know, maybe there's a small chance here for him. And he actually is going Disruptor. I mean, Lings are a little bit more the problem. Maybe he'll throw in a Colossus as well. Getting a Dark Shrine also. I mean, yeah, maybe DTs will do something, but honestly, I think that's more for Archons than anything. Definitely are going to need Archons.
I think this is going to be a really opportune moment for the Zerg to try to attack in over here. What was that? Oh, it was for the Observer.
Yeah.
I'm like, did he get spooked by his own changeling? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
You got a jump scare just like you. Everyone's just afraid of things today.
Looks like he's pulling some queens here. They're looping around the bottom right now, and basically Creator's trying to do whatever he can do with the limited stuff that he has. Oh, no.
Painful. All right, brings his whole army down towards that 4th base. Only one Disruptor at the moment. Rogue not ready to attack yet. Looks like some Lings are going to dive in towards the main.
Oh, God.
No.
This is so bad.
Yeah, that's not
And
very
he's
good.
going to fraction off a couple of them over there to hit the natural. A recall comes back here, but already the attack up here. I mean, this game is only going to get worse here for Creator, and this is most likely going to be a 2-0 with Rogue just, you know, brushing through here.
Yeah, Creator is in a terrible spot right now. He's not down that many workers, but he's kind of fragmented all over the place. At 4th base, gonna get canceled. DT's doing a little bit of work there, helping to push everything back.
And
there are mutas being made. Like, what if he makes just like Archons and goes? Like, is there any chance to equalize?
I mean, the problem is that all these probes are going to get picked off, right? And, you know, the Zerg isn't even trading in this moment. You're just, like, killing stuff. Mains are going to finish. You know, if there was maybe 2 or 3 Colossi, this might be a little bit more manageable. That was funny to see those Banes actually get stuck back there.
Yeah, nice split overall. He's, like, taking the battle all right, and there are more Banes on the way. Looks like the mutas, I don't know, did they get clicked on the Nexus there? Banelings rolling in. Like, you really want overwhelming Banelings when you're going to use them against Stalkers. Creator is actually doing a very reasonable job here.
Is this going to work? I'm kind of stunned right now.
It might. I think he needs to kill the Colossus right now with the mutas.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
What is going on? Creator's going to win this game?
Yeah,
What?
I think he is, just barely
I can't
here.
believe this. I am just stunned.
A little bit of a throw here from Rogue.
Yeah. Rogue, more like Throg, am I right?
Oh,
he still got it. Yeah, man. I mean, maybe he can get enough Lings and mutas, but like a lot of drones were killed back there. A lot.
Well, he's still making Ling mutas, so actually I think Rogue still can do this. Right? Like, he just needs to clear the Stalker group. But Rogue is actually at 36 workers right now against 47 from Creator. Wow, that's not something I really expected. Okay, gets the Prism. Nicely done. The Ling's doing very well for him right now. Does have +2 melee on them. Oh my god.
Yeah, this
is kind of a crazy situation.
This is one of the funnest games we've had in a little while, man. This is like just so back and forth. I don't know who's going to take it.
Yeah, this is like kind of bizarre, this one. Look, it's like 4 Stalkers and a Sentry against 4 Mutas and a Ling.
Yeah, he's got 14 army supply.
Yeah.
Oh, the DT is a good touch. I like that. That's a really cheap way to maybe just get a lot of damage.
Yeah, yeah. All right, DT walking through the bottom now. Mutas look like they want to harass. Get pretty punished there.
Dude, there's no detection.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
not.
Oh, dude, Rogue is like so fast and
Yeah.
reacted. It's crazy.
He's on top of things.
He like heard the footsteps on the creep. It was crazy.
Imagine if that, like, that, only a slight buff to creep, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. I can't believe how quick he was there.
Oh, you recalled the 1DT. I love it. Make it an Archon now. Get him a friend.
All right, so we've got more roaches. We've got Ravagers.
There's the Archon. So now he's throwing in some Colossus, getting range, more Archons. I mean, this is the right thing to do, right?
I think so.
Archons and Colossus mixed in are going to do fantastically against anything Ling-based.
He's pumping more roaches, though. Rogue is pumping more roaches, I should say. So, I can't believe how back and forth this game has been.
Yeah, it's been a little bit wild. Like, Rogue he took a lot of damage from that counter from Creator. He did a fantastic job with it. And look at this, he's just going to retake that fourth. It was a long time ago. Well, I guess everything's relative, right? We're only 14 minutes in, but I'm like, it feels like it was 20 minutes ago that he lost that fourth.
That's funny. It actually feels like this game was a lot longer than it actually is when we're looking at it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's a strange game. I'm digging it, though. This is a very fun one. I think that Creator's army is not going to be something that Rogue's going to be able to beat. Look at this. He's getting plasma shields. God, I love moves like that.
Smart.
It's like he's
7
more Archon
corruptors.
heavy, and, you know, it's like, what do you actually want to buy here? I like it. Oh, some Corruptors being made?
Yeah, he had 7 earlier, 10 now.
Huh.
Now, if he
Do
does,
you like that for 2 Colossus?
No, I mean, I think it's good if they're really Colossus heavy, and then you kind of just win that fight and go spray down their buildings.
The Colossus are important. I think if you can dive on it before the engagement, it's worth. Like, even if you end up losing, even if you lost all of them, because the Lings are not going to do well against 2 Colossus. Like, if the Colossus get a few swipes off, during the battle against those Lings, even if they die, they're going to have done their job, basically. More Archons coming in.
It's just crazy. It looked like in one moment the Protoss was completely dead, then it looked like Rogue was completely dead, and now we're back to, like, it's not very clear who's going to win this. We do see Rogue growing into this spot down here in the bottom left.
Charge just now on the way. Hive is coming up. Damages that tumor and walks away from it.
Well, I mean, Zerg is maxed out. I kind of thought this was going to be a game where we'd wait for the Protoss to try to push, but do you think it'd be worthwhile for the Zerg to try to attack in right now, or should he wait?
Gosh.
Oh, well, never mind.
His army doesn't scale very well. Like, Creator's army definitely is higher quality by, like, a huge margin. Look at this army. How does Rogue beat that army?
It's a lot of Archons, man. It's going to be very tough. Charge
Yeah.
it's actually funny, Charge is not done. Did you just notice that?
Yeah, I
Yep,
saw
yeah,
this. Those 2 Zealots are not going to be moving very fast. Okay, Creator getting ready. Just giving a little scout off there. Has a relatively large group of Stalkers over on the side. Yeah, I think Creator has to hit something. Like he can go to the south base, or he can try to get up here.
Oh, dude, that's so good with the Archons in the front.
Yeah, he did lose all of his sentries as they rolled in, unfortunately, but the Archon's doing easily enough right there. Greater Spire on the way, which is going to be quite a strong counter to this army. If you still have stuff left underneath, of course. Crater needs to push. Is he taking this too slowly?
Yeah, is he being too methodical with trying to break in here? I mean, this bridge is not good for the Protoss, by the way. I mean, I feel like he should actually try to take a fight on somewhere that is not, you know.
Okay, we are down to 3 Archons. Piles coming down. Some great piles, really dealing a lot of damage with them. Corruptors all being picked off. Some great juggling here with those Colossi.
Yeah, beautifully done. The Colossi stays alive. Dude!
Wow.
Creator wins game 2.
I thought for sure Rogue was going to take that after he held the blink attack.
Yeah, I was so confident that of all players in the entire world, like Rogue and Cyril as well, of course, but like, you know, it's like they're very, very good once they get ahead, that they'll never give that up. I mean, Creator, that's insane, dude. Again, and it wasn't just like he beat Rogue. His timing attack failed, and that puts you at an inherent disadvantage.
Yeah.
In the game. And so the fact that he was able to kind of move out of that and handle all the attacks from Rogue and tie it up is insane. Blackburn is going to be map 3. We're going to decide between Rogue and Creator who is going to take that second win and take the lead in this best of 5.
Yeah, tied up 1-1. Very important map here on Blackburn. Actually, a very interesting map too. With Gold Base, them sharing the bottom. Should be a good one. Here we go in a game number 3.
2022 GSL Season 1. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Team MV, Creator.
All right, got the hatch block going on. Rogue just going to go right on by. No big surprise.
Yeah, Creator really does like this opening where he can control this. All hail Creator. I agree. Everybody's on the Creator hype train. Welcome to the studio,
That's
by
for
the way.
sure.
Thank you for coming down. I'm so happy to have an audience again. I love doing this show, but like when it's in this big, empty, quiet studio, that's what it is. It's so quiet.
Yeah.
You know? No clapping.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing. I don't know. It's so much better to have something where people can watch in person.
I would tend to agree. It just brings up the energy a bit.
And as a reminder, guys, we have the finals. It's going to be at Digital Media City at the... Why do I not know the name of this?
Sangam Studio.
Sangam Studio, thank you.
The Sangam Coliseum, I believe, is what we call it.
Yeah, I think it's called the Coliseum. And so come down to that. Come and enjoy the games in person. I think there's going to be more information on that Thursday. But, yeah, finally people can actually start enjoying this. We had, like, a week somewhere in the middle of the pandemic where people could come back in, and then COVID hit really hard.
Yeah.
And we had to stop everything again. I think it was when Delta hit.
And now it's back open up.
Now, here we go.
You guys should definitely come down. The finals are always fun, no matter who's playing. It's just like got a great atmosphere. You know, it's just hype.
Yeah.
Someone's about to win, you know, the biggest tournament of their career most of the time.
Yeah. You're going to see some great games.
Mm-hmm. So just staying active right now with this probe. Stargate comes up. We'll see what type of Stargate that it's going to be. You know, is it going to be Oracle based or is it going to be Void Ray based? I think it's a completely reasonable map to do a Void Ray build on.
I think so, yeah.
And I mean, I think Oracle builds are just always solid anyways. You know, 2-3 Oracle. Nothing wrong with that.
I think it's safe, and the Oracle does have a lot of utility later on, especially when it comes to tagging. I mean,
Yeah.
the Oracle, I mean, it's cool to get drones, obviously, but I think the fact that you can kind of survey what they're doing, and the Zerg doesn't really have any recourse for that.
No,
and
not
you can
much.
just retag the army over and over again.
And, I mean, the stasis wards, we see harassment and defense, and yeah, it's always very solid. Now, there's an Oracle. That doesn't mean it's not a Void Ray build. We'll see. Might be like Oracle into Void Ray to clear Overlords. Okay, well, I mean, a Ling just waltzes up here, and now he knows exactly what's going on. Ooh, got it. Oh, you got 2 drones, though, with his Oracles. I think you're happy as Zerg right now.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're really looking, if you're going to lose both your Adepts, I think you need like 4 drones.
So, yeah, I mean, Void Rays are going to be coming out. It should be a little bit of a slow game for the time being. Oh my god, those Lings almost got it.
Not
It's like this Adept just has like wide hips, and that stops the Lings from coming in.
His genetics help.
Yeah, it's just, it's a very broad-shouldered Adept. So I thought they were going to be able to run in there.
All right, not bad on the Oracle harassment. 3 kills, not bad, not bad. And they do get in this time. Void Ray just clean up Overlords at the moment.
Oh man, shut down there.
Yeah. These Lings are actually really annoying.
Whoa! That's a misclick.
Oh, did he place it incorrectly? Or
Oh, I actually didn't look. I thought he accidentally hit escape. I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure. Like, okay, I don't think he placed it incorrectly, but yeah, I don't know why he would cancel there. That doesn't quite gel with me. It must have been a mistake. It's not the end of the world, but you know, 100 minerals gone.
I mean, you lose 25% of the cost of the building, and so when you see like, you know, Nexus is canceled, it's like, that's a lot of money. 100 minerals, excuse me, is a lot.
All right, these 2 Adepts actually doing a fantastic job. Not all that useful at the moment, but 6 kills, really, really nice. Wow, just continues here with the Adepts. Now, look at that, 14 drones and 15 Lings killed. Very well done from Creator. I do like that for him. Now, in come a couple Oracles. An Immortal being made at home as well as more gates, so we're definitely not seeing any sort of Void Ray build. Definitely the way it looks is like he is going to do a very strong attack soon. Right? If you're making this many sentries, you're popping up this many gates, we don't even have a Forge, and there's an Immortal out. Yeah, we're gonna see quite the attack coming out of Creator.
So it's going to be, you know, the 5 gates coming in here, the War Prism coming out soon, so we should see some pressure. Keep in mind, Zerg's on 3 bases. Ez is the Protoss, so Zerg does have to take a 4th base. There is no circumstance where you just, as a Zerg player, stay on the same number of bases for a long time. So,
but right now he needs to focus on making units, and he is. He's making a lot of Lings right now, which are going to help out. Creator is getting ready for his attack.
Yeah.
Our drones are under attack.
So he's going to just keep pushing up.
All right, I mean, it's kind of an old school type of push here in Immortal Sentry. There's no Twilight upgrades or anything like that. Rogue going to try to take this in the widest possible area. Throws a couple spores down. Oh my god, did he just target his own Stalker?
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah, yeah. Now, I got to point this out, guys. Like, Creator, he's the most emotional player we have in the GSL. Beyond is probably number 2.
Yeah.
And, you know, the problem with, you know, if you're in a tournament, you're getting too emotional, is that, you know, you could start to mess up. The highs are very high, but the lows are very, very low, right? So I'm worried he might be, you know, between the Nexus cancellation and accidentally targeting the Stalker, you know, the nerfs might be getting to him.
It's possible, but he's making a lot of very good choices. Like, he moved forward with that attack that definitely looked like it was a dedicated attack. and he turned around. I think he realized that it wasn't going to work out. He's taking his gold base. He's just making units right now. Like, I think that Creator is putting out a, like, high-quality play, right? Whatever you may think about the strategies that he's choosing, he's making the right decisions to give himself optimal chances under these circumstances, right? Like, that attack didn't seem like it was going to work, so he harasses a little bit, backs up. Look at this, second Stargate coming up, starting to produce some Phoenixes against this Spire. I mean, he's taking the gold base. If he gets that gold base up, you're not really worried about the economy of Rogue. Not right now, at least. He's got 75 workers against 69.
So, I mean, we're at the point now where I feel like the Protoss does probably need to start to attack because these base, the gold base and this base in the top left. Or do you just want to wait until the Zerg?
I think you wait.
Okay.
I think he's doing it just right. Like, I didn't like the opening, and it didn't do what it was meant to do. I think, like, it forced units, which is always nice, but... Like, look at this army. It doesn't look like a very good army, but you know what? He's getting Phoenixes out for the mutas. We'll see if he gets enough. Like, how much damage dealt here. Look at that. He's got a cannon. He's got a shield battery just kind of waiting. Bringing up a few stalkers. Still trying to harass a bit.
Looks like Zerg's going to try to come down here now. Oh, this is bad. He's just going to lose all these sentries.
Yeah.
Oh, he just now saw that. That pickup.
This is getting a little bit tough. Brings down his Colossi, though. Going after that gold base a little bit. Unfortunately, already used the overcharge on the other base. Oh, my God.
It killed the Immortal. That's insane.
Immortal living up to its name.
Even the two Phoenixes get away. That was crazy.
I got to tell you, Creator is a completely different player than he was in the past.
It's insane, man.
Completely different.
He looks so much better than we have ever seen.
The amount of good decision-making that we're seeing is phenomenal. All right, Muta's flying in towards the main. He doesn't have that many Phoenixes, right? He's got 6. 6 is pretty good. All right, gonna bring them all together. Unfortunately, everything's starting to get unpowered here. Colossi coming down, so he'll be able to deal with those Lings pretty quickly. Looks like he's going to lose a Stargate, unfortunately. The Mutas are actually starting to really do some damage. Look at this, 29 Mutas out right now. I think Rogue might just win with the Mutaflock.
Yeah, the Mutas are going to be hard to deal with because there's not going to be a moment it looks like the Creator can try to move out on the map. I mean, as well as he's playing.
All right, the Stalkers getting shaved down a little bit by those Mutas, and as the Stalkers come back, looks like he feels like he's got to turn around. The Colossus, you do not want those picked off. Oh, my God. Phoenixes come up, throws down the overcharge instantaneously, maybe even a little bit too fast. The Mutas are really doing a lot.
Wrecking. And, yeah, I don't see opportunities for the Protoss to attack here. We don't normally have PvZs last this long on this map, by the way. I feel like we don't see these kind of games anywhere near as often.
Yeah, well, when they do go long, a lot of times it's just, you know, sky toss, where you just kind of can't die. But here it's quite action-packed. But the Mutas are doing so much now. Look at this. The Lings running into the main base. Mutas will rotate somewhere. Not entirely sure where yet. They are coming up to help out those Lings. More coming in. Oh, my God. Going after the Cybernetics Core. This, the Colossi taking huge amounts of damage. Looks like the Mutas will be able to pick those off pretty easily. Oh, he actually doesn't get that second one.
Yeah, I mean, these Mutas are doing so much. And, again, I mean, do you see any way for Creator to do anything to Rogue on his side of the map?
No,
I do not.
This is where the problem is really coming up. Like, he's continuing to make the Mutas, which is a good call still. If there was a fleet beacon out right now that was chronoing down, you know, Phoenix range, I'd give him some sort of chance, but in this situation, no. Like, not only can he not deal with the Mutas, like, if he tries to attack, Rogue is going to be able to clean it up.
He's actually going to get these Stargates, which means if he can get any moment where he can corner the Phoenixes, like the Phoenixes come too close. Dude, he's getting all the tech. This is insane.
No, the Muta ball is just too big. He's almost 50 Mutas. This is like almost 100 supply of Mutalists flying around destroying everything.
So this attack's going to come out. The problem is that Creator's bases are in shambles, and Look, man, I mean, maybe Creator does a whole bunch of damage over there, but all Creator has to do is not lose 1 or 2 bases in this whole process.
Oh, you mean Rogue?
I'm sorry, yes, I did mean Rogue. Excuse me.
It's like because Creator's losing more than 1 or 2 bases,
Yeah.
man. His nexuses are popping. And not the good popping that the kids use. A lot of spines going up, so he is trying to just like, I mean, this is the safe way to go about it. He probably could have just held this easily anyways, but with that, that's going to be GG.
GG. Rogue takes game 2. But I'm telling you, man, this series has been a good, close series.
Yeah. If Creator can get an opener that doesn't put him behind,
Yeah.
I think he'll be able to win the game without too much trouble, which doesn't sound right to say against Rogue, but really, like, he's had a couple games where the opener got him behind, and then he plays wonderfully after that.
Yeah. See what he's got, man. This has been quite the series. I do kind of feel like Rogue's probably going to take it, but Creator, you know, it's not even just the overarching strategies or that he won one game. It's like there's so many little moments where I'm like, oh, that was a good move there.
Yeah.
Or like that decision to make this thing or send this thing here. It's like, you're really good.
Yeah.
You're a really good
He's
player.
just legitimately really good now. We just have to, like, get used to this. This is the new Creator.
Yeah. Glittering ashes. Glittering ashes. For map 4, Rogue versus Creator. Our game is now loading up. Remember, the winner goes on to face Trap in the round of 4, but the loser is not eliminated. They go to the loser's bracket. So yeah, no one's going to be taken out just yet.
2022 GSL Season 1. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Team MB, Creator.
Another hatch block, another hatchery at the third base location. Is there a certain strategy you would like to see Creator open up with?
Whoa, I like this drawing. This is very cool.
Yugi Rogue?
I'm sorry, what'd you ask me?
Is there a certain strategy you would like to see Creator open with here?
Oh, no, I don't have one in particular. I don't know if you do, but I'm just kind of excited to see how he approaches this, you know. I mean, it's funny because in the past, like, we would watch Creator's games, and there was almost always an epic failure somewhere in the games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he would be doing an Archon harass with, like, or War Prism harass with 2 Archons in there, and then lose the War Prism. You know,
Yeah,
stuff
it
like
would be
that,
stuff
where
like
you're just
that.
like, yeah, that's going to cost you, and, you know, if you're going to be competitive in the game, you can't do that. You know, that will spell a loss no matter what, and the rest of the game isn't really worth looking at. So Creator had, like, a lot of games where he, like, barely won, or it was a total disaster. And so I don't know, you know, what he's doing that has fixed this. If it's just a change in the practice, if it's a change in the way he viewed the game, if he's kind of figured out how to organize his thoughts more. I know that's a big thing in StarCraft, and I think one of the reasons why I actually think, like, RTS games are really good for you is it kind of teaches your brain how to organize thoughts and put things places and optimize things. But yeah, I mean, I don't care what build he does. I just want to see how he does it, or, you know, how he does when he does it, because he's looking so good.
Well, it's a Stargate opener. We'll see if it's Oracle or Void or a mixture of the two. Rogue over here gets his third started at his natural. Speed is on the way. So, I mean, pretty standard openers against each other.
Yeah.
See if he goes Void or Oracle first. About to find out. Void. Okay. Honestly, I don't mind Void openers still. I actually really like him on Roughneck, to be honest. But yeah, it's like, how many voids, right? Is the 2 Stargate void into carrier still good? I'm not so sure about that. Doesn't feel as strong, and you're kind of letting Rogue get into that late game that he wants.
Yeah.
But, you know, a defensive void, maybe even 2.
You know, I just feel like if you were to mass void raise, it just, and I mean, I could be totally off, but it feels to me like players like Rogue just thrive in those moments because you're not really engaged with him. Like, you're safe from attacks, but Rogue doesn't need to, like, kill you early on to win the game. He's just going to be like, all right, I'll take 5 bases and
you know,
power up and not miss a beat on anything.
We've seen a lot of games, too, with Muta Corruptor that have been doing pretty darn well against that.
Yeah.
Okay, takes the 3rd base rather quickly here with the Void covering. Spores going up now. Stop any incoming Oracle harassment. Ah, 2nd Stargate, so he is actually going to go pretty heavy Void, it looks like.
Okay, well, I mean, I hope he proves me wrong then in this game. No disrespect to Rogue, but I mean, I'm certainly more excited to see Creator playing right now, you know.
Yeah, we'll see if it's going to be Void or there is a possibility it's Phoenix. We've seen a few people trying out Phoenix lately. No attack upgrades as of yet.
Yeah, man. Gonna be a slow one, at least to start off.
Yeah, Voids it is. And yeah, basically any time that you see 2 Stargate Void Ray, no one should die anytime early. Like, we should be getting up to pretty high supplies overall.
Yeah, they basically stay alive long enough that, or keep the Protoss alive long enough that then you can do whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah, I think the quickest kill that we've seen reliably happen to Void Ray builds nowadays is the Muta Corruptor thing.
Yeah.
But even that takes a little while to get to. And honestly, I'm not entirely sold that that's the right way to play it yet.
So, I mean, you got to see between the little building placements here, the Adepts, and then, of course, Void Rays out on the map. The Lings really don't get to do that much.
This is going to come to a head very quickly, Tasteless. A couple of Dropper Lords coming up. I almost just called you Tastely.
Tastely, I like that.
Yeah, Tastely.
Tastely.
That's your name for when you're my butler. Tastely.
You want me to be your Alfred?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go for drop here, and so this is engineered to basically kill him right away. I don't like that sound when they load.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah, Overlords make weird, gross sounds all the time. Okay, it's 4 Voids, soon to be 2 more. He does have Disruptor Tech coming, but it's not ready quite yet. If he somehow caught the Dropper Lords and turned on the Voids and just picked them off, there would be no creep for the Queens. Seems difficult to do. Okay, here we go. Void Ray's not anywhere near them right now. I think you're going to want to throw down a Creep Tumor instantaneously here.
Okay, here we go. They're going to build a drop creep down here as well. And this is going to be the moment. Creator has to hang on. He cannot afford to lose this game.
He's taking a lot of damage on those 2 Voids, unfortunately. And they both fall. This looks like Rogue is going to the round of 4 right now. Yeah, he is losing a lot, man. Throws down another Nexus, but...
Yeah, I mean, you can't really blame Creator for losing here. But that's going to be, I think, game. I mean, the Queens, you know, once they get over here to not just the Nexus, but the pylons and gates are, yeah, GG. Rogue takes it 3-1. Excuse me. Rogue takes it 3-1.
Yeah.
In a great series.
Creator played well, though.
He did. He played very well.
Yeah, and that one definitely did not go his way. He was way out of position and everything. So Rogue goes on to the round of 4 to fight Trap. That's going to be a hard one for Trap. But I think Creator actually still has the best shot at getting out of this group out of everyone left over, RagnaroK,
so.
DRG, and Creator. So we'll see him in the last match here tonight.
All right, guys, we're going to have an interview now with Rogue, see how he's feeling. He'll be going up against Trap in the round of 4. And that interview is ready, so we're going to throw it over to Andy and get that translated.
Right, Rogue defeats Creator in today's winners match, and he moves on. Congratulations. Thank you.
네, 먼저 2연속 4강에 성공을 했잖아요.
This is your
들어볼게요.
second consecutive round of 4 advancement. How do you feel? Honestly, even if I lose to Creator, I had confidence in ZVZ, so I was pretty confident. So, you know, I think I was kind of nervous today, but in the end, I'm really happy to move on.
아직도 긴장을 하세요?
Ro, are you still nervous? I mean, I thought I was a veteran of the scene, but last week when I was playing against Trav, I was so nervous when I lost to him, and I was really angry, infuriated myself. So I think I'm gonna have to play better on that. So Rogue, you kept maintaining the first place, but after you played against the final match against Trav, the overall standings changed, and you said you're angry about that. So what kind of aspect were you disappointed with? You know, I kind of got the feeling when I used to be more like an amateur player back in the days, and things were not going according to plan. My hands were not moving. So I was really angry, and you know, in the meantime, I practiced really hard for this match today. Alright, let's go about the match. First game, Berlingrad. It was an easy defense for you against Creator's aggression. So can you tell us about that one? At first, I thought it would be really hard to fend off, but I think Creator was kind of nervous today. I felt that. I mean, as long as he had a better control on the Creator, better micro, I probably couldn't have defended it. But you know, he made some trivial mistakes, which led to my win. Rogue, every time you use mutas, you're very aggressive. Every time you play on stage, you always have an overwhelming victory against your opponent. So is there a specific reason as to why you're so strong on those mutas, Rogue? If you're going to use mutas, there are things that you need to exclude. Creator is not as good as Hero or Trap when it comes to Blink Stalkers. So I think that was why the mutas today was more powerful against Creator today. So Rogue, you just kept going for the mutas. Did you not think of anything else? I mean, if I go for a different composition, and I kind of got nervous myself, so I think things would have gone differently in a bad way if I didn't go for mutas. Well, overwhelming performance from you, Rogue. So I have a question, not relevant to the game. So again, it will be you versus Dark, a ZVZ. So you kept meeting Dark like last season, the last season. So Rogue, now you're meeting him not in the round of 8, but in the round of 4, a more advanced bracket. So how do you feel? I feel like Dark, in terms of skills, he's a better player than me. But it's always interesting to come up with builds against Dark. It's always fun. So I'm gonna have to prepare really hard. I mean, I don't have that much practice time, but I'm still confident in my skills, and I'll try to put up a good match against him. And Rogue, you said that this season is your best shot for winning the trophy. So anything else you want to say? Yes, I mean, this is the best scenario for me to pave myself to the victory. So I'm gonna try to lift the trophy no matter what. Once again, congratulations, Rogue. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
all right, well,
can you hear me? Yeah, okay. All right, I thought my mic was off for a second. I'm like, oh no. Guys, coming up next, RagnaroK versus DRG. Two Zergs going at it. We'll be getting to that after the short break.
coming up hot for a minute.
저 의미야 우리가 기다린 사이다 저 의미야 부담 없이 즐기는 사이다 시기섬유 함유
이런 게 이 시대의 사이다.
실성 사이다 플러스
상큼함 맥스 칼로리 X 맛있는 탕 제로 요즘 제일 탐나는 제로 탐스 제로 같이 떠나볼래? 아침엔 라떼 홀릭 점심엔 라떼 홀릭 저녁엔 라떼 홀릭 풍부하게 달콤하게 라떼 홀릭
달달한 충전이 필요할 땐 칸타타
라떼 홀릭
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지. 오늘이 모여 새로운 날을 만든다. 나의 레벨은 다르다. 어나더 레벨 RO.6.
상큼함 맥스 칼로리 X 맛있는 탕 제로 요즘 제일 탐나는 제로 탐스 제로 같이 떠나볼래?
저 의미야 우리가 기다린 사이다 저 의미야 부담 없이 즐기는 사이다 시기섬유 함유
이런 게 이 시대의 사이다.
실성 사이다 플러스
아침엔 라떼 홀릭 점심엔 라떼 홀릭 저녁엔 라떼 홀릭 풍부하게 달콤하게 라떼 홀릭
달달한 충전이 필요할 땐 칸타타
라떼 홀릭
Today's matchup. Rogue. Creator. RagnaroK. DRG. Most competitive 1 versus 1 game. Africa TV Freak Up Studio Live 2022 GSL Season 1 Code S.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. We are going to go into the second best of 5 of the night. This is the round of 6. Yes, that's right, the round of 6. We've never had this format before, and it's different. We're mixing it up.
Yeah.
We did have a fantastic series with Rogue versus Creator. I don't think the score tells the true story. In fact, I think Creator played very, very well, and I think he's showing a lot of promise. And
Sure.
look, I know there's not that many people left in the tournament, but the truth is, like, Rogue's not going to be an issue for Creator anymore, right? He still has a shot to kind of get to the finals and everything.
For sure.
Yeah, this is going to be RagnaroK versus Deer here.
DRG.
Sorry, DRG. What am I talking about? I don't know. How many years have I casted the show? Sorry.
All right, so RagnaroK, like, he is playing pretty well, and he's mixed up a lot of cheese, a lot of macro games in there too.
Yep.
So I think it's a little bit hard to predict exactly where he's going to go with this, but it is Zerg versus Zerg. And honestly, these guys are, in my opinion, much lower quality ZVZ than their other matchups. I actually am not a fan of either of their ZVZs. Like, if you put either of these guys against Dark or Rogue, I think they're dead, you know? Like, they're just not they're not top tier ZVZ, but they're very good in the other two matchups.
Yeah,
so,
I agree. Yeah, you look at Dark and Rogue, and they are so scary.
Yeah, I think DRG is specifically a bit weaker. I think it's by far his weakest matchup. So I'm leaning towards RagnaroK here. I do think Rag is going to be able to take him down.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think RagnaroK likely the victor here. I think you look at DRG's ZVT, and it is really, really scary, and he's really good at it. But let's see what he's got this time around. Obviously, they knew this match was coming, and obviously, Zergs do well in StarCraft 2. It does seem to be a more successful race. So if you're going to be competitive like DRG is, you're going to have to figure out that matchup and figure it out really well. Anyways, our game's loading up, guys. It's going to start out on Hardwire for Game 1 in this best of 5 in the round of 6 of the GSL.
2022 GSL Season 1. Alpha X, RagnaroK. Team MB, DRG.
Honestly, I hope we can see DRG do well. It would really... I hope that in the next couple of years he can win a GSL.
DRG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see him win another GSL this long after his last GSL. And also, you know, set a new record for how old you can be as a champion.
Yeah, this is this thing that you and I are especially interested in. Is like, you know, how long can you stay competitive in a game, you know, as you get older and older. And originally, there was so much speculation. This is basically pre-StarCraft 2 days, but that basically you could not be successful after your military service. That was the first assumption, right? You're going to be too busy with life and all this other stuff. And it's not true at all. I mean, we have all these guys come back from the military, and you know, then we had NEST, who was, I think he was what, 29 or 30, oldest pro gamer at that time, winning a GSL.
That was our oldest champion, like, by far.
Yeah, and then I don't know what DRG's age is, but he's older than NEST now, right?
Yeah, he's like, I think 31 or 32 Korean age.
Yeah, and I mean,
and NEST, I believe, was 29 or 30.
I think he was 29.
I think he was 29 in Western calendar. In Korea actually has a different way that they talk about ages here, which they're actually, did you hear that they're getting rid of that? That, like, they're going to go officially to the more Western calendar thing?
Oh,
I don't know if that's called a Western calendar, but this is a real thing out here, guys, where they actually, like, everyone basically levels up on Lunar New Year to a new 1 year older. So it's like, when you're born, you're like 1.
Yeah, it's like they look at it like at inception. That's when you start recording it, whereas
something
other countries and cultures view it at birth.
Yeah,
we start to, you know, record how many times we've gone around the sun, and so like you end up with these moments where it's confusing who's what age, and then people say like, I was born in 1984, and I'm like, I'm not going to do this math problem in my head.
Yeah.
You know,
normally when I'm talking to other parents or something, we just say explicitly whether we're talking in Korean age or American age. Anyways, Bailey Nest coming up on both sides. Rotorn.
So just if I may, to the point I wanted to make is like, we're seeing players get older and older and still compete, and I think we're kind of at the point where it seems to be pretty obvious, like, you can actually be much older and still be competitive.
Yeah.
And in fact, StarCraft's a good example of that. StarCraft 1, I guess, you know, sure, StarCraft 2, absolutely, but I think Street Fighter's probably actually the best example. I think Guy goes like, what, 41? He just, you know.
Yeah, something like that.
I think
40
last
or
year won.
Yeah, he's still one of the
Capcom
best.
Cup or something. I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, so, yeah, let's see, you know, if we get guys succeeding in their 40s and 50s, and I don't know, maybe even 60s and 70s.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That would be, I mean, if anyone's still succeeding in their 70s, that's going to be very impressive.
Well, don't we have people, I mean, there's competitive chess players in their 60s, you know, doing this?
Yeah, but no one is top tier at that point.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. But, I mean, there's some that are very good that are old.
Right, right.
Okay, so he sees the Rotorn here. RagnaroK coming in. Has those couple Banelings. A little bit tricky here. Splitting the Banes a bit. Oh! RagnaroK keeps one of them alive. Very nicely done. DRG splitting off some Lings there to pick that off.
Okay, more Banes coming down. Roaches are rallying up here. A good isolation on the Queen, and gets the snipe and gets away.
Very solid pick off there.
You see one or two more Queens like that get picked off, and it's pretty likely the DRG is going to crumble here.
Look at this. The Roaches almost get it. The Banelings all coming out. He splits the Roaches actually quite a bit here. His Banelings stay alive somehow. Roaches still up as well.
RagnaroK playing an excellent game here.
Yeah, keeping the pressure on to DRG right now. DRG microing just frantically. He is going to have his own Roaches popping out, which is going to help him immensely here. His Lings trying to avoid those Banes. Down goes the hatchery, though.
Yeah, big victory there for RagnaroK. He gets in and then actually gets right back out. And the roaches from DRG obviously can't catch up. Now, does RagnaroK just want to pump drones here and play a macro game, or do you want to try to set up for another strike on this hatchery that's being rebuilt?
Honestly, like, I think you just pop out a few drones and then just roach, because you're up a hatchery plus a lot of drones already. So, like, what can DRG do to come back here? It's actually not a whole lot. Like, just RagnaroK is just ahead on every single metric.
Yeah. Things are going to come up here now. Try to do a little bit of damage to these drones. You know, not a bad try. Gets one. Kind of interesting to see RagnaroK come out and so easily just take a lead to start things off.
Well, he was a little bit sneaky. It took DRG a minute to actually scout that roach horn. So, look, it looked like just one of those standard Ling Bane pressure the third builds.
Right.
And that's like such a common thing. It's much more uncommon to see the roach follow up there. So both sides roaching up quite heavily. 56 workers to 50 now. So RagnaroK only up 6 drones, but he has had more larvae. He's had those drones on that third base for a while. In fact, comes in and harasses these drones a little bit. He was attacking his own hatchery there. Oops. Now with 9 drones. Yeah, looking so good for RagnaroK.
Yeah, RagnaroK definitely in great shape, and I don't know, I think this might be kind of an anticlimactic end here. I mean, the game was basically won when the hatchery was killed, and so now I think we basically see the killing blow come in here, as DRG is likely to be flattened by this next attack.
Yeah, it's a 10 roach advantage at the moment for RagnaroK. When he has speed finish up, he's going to be able to rally a lot quicker. DRG, like, maybe he can take a nice concave. We're closer to his rallies. He has that extra spine. Ooh, some Banelings just ran into his third base, so he loses 5 drones there while we're watching the battle. And DRG is going to be able to hold this for now.
Yeah, DRG actually doing a pretty good job here, but the roach is going to dive in now. It seems like RagnaroK quite confident in his position here.
Yeah, as he should be.
Yeah.
Going to take down this spine now as well. That is adding a lot of damage, so a good pick off.
Oh, the Ravager gets away for a second, but it is picked off here as we slowly see the units of DRG get smaller and smaller. More roaches trickling down from the north of the map into the south. Is DRG really going to hold this?
Well, no, I don't. I honestly don't think so. If they both just continue to macro, like, he's down 15 workers and he's at a lower count. It's just we're closer to his rallies, right?
GG,
so
yeah.
He can do a slightly better job defending than he really should be able to.
It's a good textbook game, you know, how you set up a timing attack, you hit him. It doesn't finish him, but it's going to be an easy closer.
Yeah.
You know, and RagnaroK just overpowers DRG in that moment. Again, keep in mind, RagnaroK is very much so overshadowed by, I think, a lot of the star power in the round of 6.
Yeah.
But this guy is moving up, and, we're running out of pro gamers, man. Someone's going to be a champion. We're running out of tournament.
Yeah, that's very true.
And again, it's if he's got good ZVZ and he beats DRG, we're going to have plenty of Zergs in this GSL. Golden Wall for map number 2.
Ooh, okay. Cool. I wonder if there's going to be a cool strategy on either side, like expanding to the back.
That's what I was going to say. We have a lot of weird, cheesy stuff that happens in this in a mirror matchup like this.
Dude, honestly,
on this map.
I would like to see someone take their natural, then expand to the back for your third, and go Muta. That would be amazing.
Ooh. All right, let's see if it happens.
2022 GSL Season 1.
Ooh, DRG.
Alpha X, RagnaroK.
DRG with the quick gas.
Yeah, pool and gas here for DRG.
Team MB, DRG.
Oh, what was that head shake? Must have misclicked something.
Maybe. Well, RagnaroK is actually going pool before hatchery, so his build is slightly drone higher, but still, like, he's got an advantage here, basically.
Yeah, this is one of these funny things where, like, and I feel like this all started in StarCraft 1 even with ZVZ, but it's like, okay, if they like go spawning pool on 9 in StarCraft 1 and you go on 12, the guy that went on 12 is ahead.
Yeah.
You know, it's same with here. I didn't see the exact timings of the pool here, but it's like, if you get the same buildings as them a little bit later, that means the guy that got their buildings later, they made a couple extra drones, and so there's more money coming in. Yeah. What you want to have if you go for a quick pool is you want them to do the absolute opposite.
Yes.
You want them to go for like a hatchery and then, you know, gas and spawning pool.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not good. Not all StarCraft games come down to what strategies were executed in the mid-game. Sometimes you open up with a greedy build hoping to punish somebody who opens up. Not a greedy build. You open up with an aggressive build hoping to punish a greedy build, and it doesn't work out. And
look at this. RagnaroK sees the link. So DRG will probably be a little bit unhappy, but one thing just to mention, his speed is just slightly quicker, and he has a Baneling Nest coming up. So there's still play here for DRG, even though RagnaroK's build looks good against it.
I do feel like we don't see this build succeed that much in GSL.
No, we definitely do not.
Baneling Rush build, I feel like we always watch people barely not die to it.
Yeah.
But it is a viable build. Very good on ladder if you want to just end a game right away.
For sure. Probably hit its mirror quite often. All right, so targeting down those Banes. He does get them, but he loses his Lings there. Now, speed is done. Backing up. He's having Queens pop out. A Spine is on the way right now for RagnaroK.
Yeah, and so right now it's about hanging on. Keep in mind that there is not a second hatchery for DRG.
Oh, the Baneling coming up. Ooh, down goes the Queen. DRG putting a lot of pressure on right now. Now, RagnaroK is up a couple drones. Still producing a lot of Lings. He does have the double hatch. So he is going to have good larva, like a little bit more larva than RagnaroK.
Okay, the Spine is going to burrow down here.
Oh my god, huge for the Spine.
Oh, the Queen is going to live. The Spine has planted. There's no other hatchery.
Boy.
Dude, this game might end in a minute.
Yeah, it's really looking that way. DRG does not have a lot of room left to maneuver at this point. Yeah, he throws down a hatchery. That's kind of giving up on the rush. Well, it's not because you actually gain money over time in this situation, but still, it's he doesn't have like an edge somewhere. His only edge is the fact that he has a Baneling Nest, and that's not large enough when your opponent has 2 Queens and a Spine at the natural.
Yeah.
Like, the Banelings are not going to do enough for you.
Yeah, I mean, the difference between 1 hatch and 2 is insane. Okay, I mean, you have double the production. This is going to be a pretty easy mid-game for RagnaroK. We'll see how exactly he elects to deal with this advantage that he has. But basically, that game, or not that game, we're still in this game. This game, DRG would have already won us moving into game 3. Like, he would have already won there with the Ling Baneling attack.
Oh, he has some Banes up on the ramp, so he's like looking to maybe get a good connection. You know, you get a couple good Bane connections, and you can kind of catch up in drones. Your opponent might have to, you know, make some additional Lings because they lost some, that type of thing. Kind of tough. Look at this, 44 against 35 supply. Up 4 drones, up an army. Overlords, yeah, can see absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, I really want to see DRG mine out those minerals in the back and go to the back expo.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Or, I mean, he could just play 2 base, too.
I forgot there was even a lower layer to this map after that rush because, you know, we don't see a lot of games kind of span out after that rush fails.
Yeah.
But DRG is going to try. And the only way I think DRG could win this is with a surprise. I don't think you try to, you know, build up an army and play standard. You're just too far behind.
Yeah. Yeah,
and, you know, it's true in all the mirror matchups, but the dilemma is that your opponent is the same race as you. And so, therefore, you can't
getting behind in a mirror is very hard to come back from.
Yeah. If you get behind in a mirror and that goes on for a little while, it's extremely hard to recover from.
Now, I think DRG is just going to go Spire. It's probably the best possible idea. When you think about it, yeah, look, he's adding a couple more gas here as well. We don't really see a Roach Warren. But, you know, if you get the spines up just in time to stop the counterattack, then you can gain some map control. The mutas give you a lot of play, you know? You can kind of, you know, fly around, look for little holes. They're so mobile that sometimes you're going to find damage in unexpected locations.
And I think also it's worth pointing out that like they're pretty good on this map, especially because
absolutely,
you know, the map, it has this lower third that's basically cut off. That was a pretty good connection, by the way, from DRG clearing those Zerglings.
DRG actually making a lot of links right now. That's interesting. I thought he would be a little bit more drone heavy here. Oh, Nidus coming up. Yeah, gold base as well.
So this is going to come basically as the Spire finishes. I think this is really smart here from RagnaroK. I mean, he's just...
Oh, you like the Nidus?
Yeah. You don't think it's good?
Well, I think it's not guaranteed, you know? I almost feel like I'd rather see him put that money into just macroing heavily and going,
You think he should just play standard and not try to come in and end it?
If DRG can figure this out and throw down extra spines, like like I mentioned, it all comes down to just having enough spines.
Oh, he's right? Gonna see that.
He sees it. Just make infinite spines now.
Yeah.
Don't even micro these links. Just go make spines. This is like the only thing that you need to do right now. Like, he needs a ton of them. Now, he's making 7 mutas. He's making a full wall, I believe, as well. Yeah. And more spines coming up. Here we go. Let's see.
Okay, he's got the Evo walls here. But he breaks through that one. Oof. Can he kind of shimmy his roaches up there a little bit more? Is there something blocking that? Why is he not moving in more? Okay.
And look, this is why I'm a little bit hesitant. Oh my god, he loses the gold base as well.
Dude.
But, you know, you're not just guaranteed to kill your opponent because you made the Nidus, even though he's behind. Like, DRG saw it. He's made the wall. He's got a bunch of mutas now. I actually, looking at these positions, I know that RagnaroK is technically ahead on like supply and stuff, but I like where DRG's at. He can do this.
This is super all in now from RagnaroK. I mean, I think you're kind of right, Artosis. I don't think anybody made him do this, but I can't imagine this winning this fight here, right? Is he going to break through all these spines?
I don't think so, but he's trying to bring spores up, which is really smart. The spores deal so much damage. Oh my god, this one Ling is doing so much work. But look, this was a fail.
I mean, I'm kind of stunned that RagnaroK went for this. Like, it's definitely bad theory, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is why, and I do think this is a weaker matchup than we had earlier with Rogue Creator, which I think had some much better decision making. Yeah. Seems like DRG went for, just not a good tournament build. And then RagnaroK held it, and then like, it's like, now I'm going to end this game like this. And it's like, there's no need to do that.
Yeah, you're spending a lot of money on that, and it doesn't, what does it, were you going to hide it in his main? Like, what are, what is the point? What is the point?
I actually thought it was better than it was. And then when I see it pan out, I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty bad.
Well, you're hoping that you get there before he has the spines ready. Because really, when you go muta like this and your opponent tries to kill you, it's a yes-no question. Do you have enough spines?
Yeah.
And, I mean, as soon as you start the Nidus, if your opponent scouts it, they know that all they have to do is make spines, and they hold it. So, yeah, now he's got this big flock of mutas. Now, I mean, the game isn't over, just to be clear here.
No, it's not over, but it's weird to see somebody make a decision like that.
I agree.
That's a lot
I don't
of
like that type.
And, the spines, even though they're not being used now, they do have utility. He can send those to the expansions and keep them safe. So, like, it's not even like we could say that,
Yeah, it's not really a waste. Those will be useful. There's actually burrow movement on the way, so, maybe you eventually spread those out into some different bases and whatnot. Infestation Pit coming up here as well. It'll be interesting to see if he actually wants to go to Hive or it's just going to be Infestors, because I think either one is fine for RagnaroK. DRG actually heavily up in drones right now. And that's not just because of his harassment. Well, that's certainly part of it.
He's sending these roaches out now.
It's such a long burrow that they're doing.
Yeah.
He just really wants to make sure that DRG does not see them go under. Now, I don't think he has a spore.
Thing is, he might not see this if he's microing the mutas like that.
Yeah. And
wait,
like,
is that wall?
Is that a full wall?
That's a full wall.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be real sad.
Wow.
Oh, God, he has an Overseer sitting right there, too. And now the spores all getting taken out. This is over, man. DRG's got this.
Yeah, DRG, I have not seen a player recover like that. But again, I see you can even see RagnaroK kind of smiling. All right, GG.
Well,
yeah, he knows that was not his best game.
I mean, he held the rush really well. It's just the follow-up doesn't even make sense. He's like, oh, I held us, like, all in, so I'm going to all in him now. And it's like, what? It's like you have a second hatch, you have more drones, you have a bigger army. Why don't you macro up for a moment? Why don't you play to your strengths here instead of dive into him?
Did not make sense.
They're both freestyle diving onto concrete against each other.
Yeah, that was a couple of belly flops right there, Artosis.
Yeah.
So we're tied up 1-1. It's still anybody's game. I do think RagnaroK's still a little bit better, but some bad theory at work in game 2, for sure. Oh, show.
All right. Game number 3 going to be on Glittering Ashes. What do you think after watching those 2 games?
I mean, I do think RagnaroK's better, man.
Yeah,
but
me too.
you know, DRG.
It was a good call, though, the mutas and the spines.
In case you're wondering why people don't leave when it looks like it's over, it's because of stuff like that. A player might make a bad call and you're back into this game.
2022 GSL Season 1. Alpha X, RagnaroK. Team MB, DRG.
So, we're in game 3 now. This may continue to be a series with a lot of explosiveness early on. You know, I mean, obviously nobody's going for pool gas or anything, but RagnaroK does. If you go back to game 1, which he won pretty easily, it does seem like he likes to just set up a very specific moment to try to end the game, whereas a lot of other players like to try to defend everything and just outgrow their opponent and win that way.
Yeah. So, mirrored builds right now. Wait and see a little bit. I mean, these builds definitely look like they're just going to go into third hatches, then we kind of wait to see if someone goes heavy Ling. Of course, we saw in game 1, RagnaroK also hit a Roach Warren, which is kind of an interesting play on that timing.
Yeah, I don't have much to say in a ZVZ where nobody's doing anything early on.
Well, I
mean,
mean,
we can just watch the production tab, I guess. Yeah, I mean, these are 2 players that are. I was talking about, RagnaroK being overshadowed, but I guess the truth is, with DRG and the player lineup that we have and the fact that there's no Terrans, I mean, it seems hard to imagine that he's going to be coming out on top as well. So this is a tough one for both these guys. And to compound that difficulty as well, keep in mind that, like, when you're playing in GSL, all your games are, it's public information, right? The data's all out there, so the other players can actually watch the VODs and see how you behave and try to get ready for that as well. So, I mean, this is probably one of our weaker parts of the tournament is these 2 duking it out. And you kind of feel it in the games as well,
Yeah, well, these 2 are just like a little bit weaker in this matchup, right? Like, I think they're really strong in the other ones, but like, I don't. If one of these guys makes it through, I think Dark's just going to go to the finals, honestly. Yeah, they're still staying quite mirrored here.
Yeah, both players getting the Baneling's Nest here. And, a lot of times we have games like this where nobody engages each other for a while, but it is extremely common to see one player go for a lot of lings and try to end the game quickly. There's this moment of fragility that you have if you're trying to develop a proper economy on 3 bases, and you have to watch for both your natural entry point and your third?
RagnaroK is using the Game 1 build again. He has a Rotoran coming up, and he's making a big plume of lings.
Just going with what works, man.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he definitely killed the 3rd hatchery and got a huge advantage in game number 1.
And hey, man, if this doesn't work, he can always make another Nidus and lose the game that way, so it's all right.
All right, let's see if this works out for him as well. DRG is actually popping out Lings and Banes a little bit quicker this game than I think we saw previously, so maybe he can preserve the health on that hatchery a bit longer, which would be important. He starts his own Rotoran, but Roaches are halfway done already for his opponent. Also making a spine right now. Oh! RagnaroK actually got a decent Bane there.
So the Lings are going to come back around. Now here come the Roaches. This is going to give, this attack a lot more momentum because the Banelings can't just fend off everything, right? So they're going to come back down here now.
Okay. Ooh. Here come the first Roaches now. Roaches very good at targeting those Banes down. And that's exactly what we're going to see. Kiting back there.
Yeah, very beautifully done. Another Bane comes up here, detonates, does not connect with, I think, as many of those Lings as he wanted.
It's a better defense from our DRG in a lot of ways, though. Like these 3
almost
queens.
Call him RNG.
Yeah, I almost did. But yeah, he transfuses the hatch once. He brings up the 3 queens to add in a bit more damage. Has a spine up here. But somehow he's down like 10 drones. So I guess RagnaroK still got a little bit of a heads up on him there.
Yeah, the Lings are going to come up once more. This is a much better game from DRG. I don't think that, RagnaroK is in total hot water here, but, it's whenever these attacks don't do what they're intended to do, that is going to be a problem later on. So the Roaches are going to come up here towards the 3rd. Oh, he thinks otherwise. He backs up. Could be wrong. I kind of felt like DRG might just have enough if everything was together to take a fight, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think he can't quite right now. Like, you know how hard it is, even if you're up a substantial amount to attack across the map with Roaches, because your opponent's, rallies are right there. He's got his queens and all that. And so I think, like, even if you have a little edge in units right now, it just doesn't do enough for you to actually break through. So both sides retreating into drones, going up into lair, getting their attack upgrades. And I mean, it's pretty close, pretty even. And now we get to see how they play from here. Like, is one player going to tend towards that hive tech with the lurkers and vipers, or are we just going to see mass roach ravager? We're going to see here shortly. Of course, you want to utilize your leftover Lings for little counter harassments. Oh, nice. Going to pick up a queen. Good moves here from DRG.
Good job there. Takes out 2 drones, and immediately a Spire's going to come down here. So
2 Spires from DRG.
What?
Is this the craziest thing I've ever seen? Did he do that on purpose?
I wonder if that's a mistake. I know that there are StarCraft 2 games where you have 2 Spires later on, but, like, we're not at the phase of the game where, like, you're just getting all the upgrades and macro and everything out. And, I mean, what I'm saying is that doesn't always work like this, but I feel like if it was intentional, we probably would see them next to each other. Do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe, yeah.
But, I don't know. I mean, if he wins, we're going to find out in the winner's interview. So
I'm kind of fascinated, though. Like, if he starts 1-1, I guess we'll know, because that's the only reason you get 2 Spires.
Yeah.
This is, I am really fascinated. I can't imagine, though. It can't be worth it, because if you're getting 1-1 for your mutas, that has to be because you know you're going to be fighting against mutas, because there's no other reason you would need 1-1. And then, if you look at all the extra gas that's going into getting 1-1 as opposed to just +1, it's like, okay, well, I'd rather give me 4 more mutas, okay? Well, not quite 4. I guess it matters which upgrade you're going for. Let's call it 3 more mutas.
So 8 mutas are inbound here.
And now DRG with no
mutas and 2 Spires.
Yeah, 2 Spires, no mutas. just making
This
roaches.
is, we will probably only have a game like this once ever in GSL. All right, so he's going to come in here now. Nice Ling surround over here on the Queen.
Yeah, another pick off there. Ling's going to run up into that main base. Hopefully they don't jump on the Spire. That would be a waste. Looks like, yeah, the Lings will be cleaned up. It won't be able to get that clean at least. A lot of mutas are coming out right now for RagnaroK, and that's going to just ruin DRG's army. Look at this. You just immediately target down Ravagers.
Yeah, there's no anti-air here. I'm kind of surprised DRG is still pursuing this, but maybe he thinks he can just trample everything that's over here. But
I think there's no other option. You have to go and try to trample. He does have 50 roaches against like 20. The mutas will eventually clear this, but these roaches are enough to kill his opponent's roaches and then also deal damage, but how much damage? That's a lot of roaches left over.
This is insane, actually. How many roaches are here?
A lot of them are low on health, though.
Yeah,
like,
that's
RagnaroK
true.
is going to start popping these, and you can actually lose a large amount of drones here and still be okay, I think.
And he's just going to try to two-shot down this evolution chamber. Keep in mind, a lot of the drones fled to the 3 o'clock spot and don't have any easy way to get out. I'm watching the worker count here as this fight goes on.
Now, I think it's still okay for RagnaroK right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do. Like, he's down to 57 against 70. I think this is fine. He's killed all the roaches. He's lost 23 drones thus far. The attack is not 100% over. There are Hydras on the way for DRG. And he's on 4 base. So that's definitely some good stuff, but this is a very large amount of Mutalisks. I want to see the actual Muta count. Yeah, no, I think that this is actually, this is very, very playable for RagnaroK. In fact, I almost like his position more. Yeah, 27 mutas. That's a huge amount of mutas, man.
Yeah, well, he's going to have a muta wrecking ball here. And he could start to clean up all sorts of stuff on the map. I mean, he's taking out these overlords. But, you know, I mean, it's not going to be that easy for the Hydras to catch up. In fact, he just seems to think he can win this fight outright.
I think he can, too.
Yeah, I think he can. Yeah, I think that's it. GG.
Yeah.
RagnaroK takes game 3.
Yeah, the double Spire, no Muta strat, not quite working out for DRG. I mean, he attacked with his roaches, and I mean, we see that not in games that look exactly like this, but we see a lot of games that are similar where it's like, okay, this guy's going mutas, and this guy has a lot more roaches, and the roaches will die, but let's see how much damage can be done. But, like, RagnaroK pulled back just right, sat in an arc on top of a ramp, slowed everything down enough. The roaches took enough damage that he was able to clear out DRG's roaches. So, yeah, this is just by far DRG's weakest matchup, man.
Berlingrad for map 4. It's been a bumpy series so far, but we're getting to the twilight of this best of 5. Someone's going to come out on top. Right now, it looks like RagnaroK, unless DRG can turn this around on our next map. Let's go. Game 4 has loaded up.
(2022) GSL Season 1.
Toes is making me laugh in between
Alpha
these games.
X, RagnaroK. Team MB, DRG.
All right, it is a very fast pool here from RagnaroK. Looking to maybe end this game quickly. He is against Hatchery first, so that's probably what he wants. You think he's going to pull drone stasis?
Do I think he's going to pull drones?
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's see.
I don't think so. Yeah. Goes down his hatch. It's not really that late, honestly. Sixlings on the way.
So, again. RagnaroK oftentimes really enjoying these very sharp timings. Here come those 6-lings, by the way. This is going to go right by the Overlord, by the way. This is all perfectly mapped out.
Yeah, run right around everything that's incoming.
And
oh, he might actually get spotted here. He might not be expecting that Overlord.
yeah, that's an unusual spot. That's probably to spot exactly this.
Might be.
So he's making lings. He's got queens coming.
Yeah, I think DRG's just fine here.
No, I think he's okay. But
if you don't
it's
see it
also
coming,
fine.
you might not. You might lose a couple drones or something.
Yeah, but you know the truth is that RagnaroK, this was never intended to end the game. He just wanted to try to kill some workers and get a lead. Oh, look at this! Oh,
Yeah, makes the cage.
little ling cage there. He's gonna do it again. Do it again. I'm just being born into the world. Oh, he canceled it.
Oh. Hey, that's still value, right? One less Arba.
He's gonna do it again.
And now the queen
Now the
pops
queen's out. She doesn't want to be in the ling cage.
Look at him
but
click that
she
queen
is-
away.
Oh, it gets around on that.
You have to get it. Okay.
Yeah, he gets it. Cool engage.
DRG with the Baneling Nest coming up.
Yeah.
Speed on the way. So looking for some counter damage.
RagnaroK, aka ling cage. So far, so good.
Ling cage.
These 3 lings are going to come up in here again. Try to get a drone, and he pulls it out in just in time.
All right, nice little wall goes up.
Yep.
RagnaroK looking relatively safe right now. Ooh, that is a dangerous moment.
Yeah. Is he making a baneling's nest? Is that... Oh, that's a roach warren. Sorry. I was going to say if he could make 2 banes and maybe just... You know.
Yeah, sometimes we see that it is so powerful. Well, they can always just go back into scout later, or...
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Okay, he sees anyways. So, third base is going up for DRG. RagnaroK, on the other hand, just walling off for now.
Yeah, things slowing down quite a bit, huh? RagnaroK going to stay back and try to turtle, get the upgrades that he needs.
Yeah, he's got that +1 going already. Already has his roach speed coming up as well. And a Nidus. Okay.
Oh, he's bringing the Nidus back. Now, I think, you know, you look at this from the outside, you might be thinking mutas are going to come in here again. We've had a lot of that in the series. RagnaroK does like his Niduses, man.
Yeah, he does. Best way to get queens across the map nowadays, right?
Yeah, it's true. So RagnaroK wants to, you know, as far as DRG's plans go, kill this in its crib.
Where do you think the Nidus? Near the third? I think this one's going to pop the Nidus.
I think it's going to be right there.
Yeah, because like you
I don't
have
see
to
it
kill
in the main.
something.
I think he might have wanted to do it with those lings there. By the way, those lings could telegraph the intentions when you see them kind of hiding up there.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. Okay, here we go. It is right outside the third base.
Plugs up this entrance.
Oh, he knows it's Nidus now.
Okay, now you know something's up. But it's too late already. These roaches are going to come up. The drones haven't been pulled yet either, and the queen can't get away. I love this at snipe. Oh, he's not going to do it.
Does back up enough. Goes back towards this third base.
And remember, the drones weren't evacuated.
Yeah, they're just hiding. Kills an Overlord there, killing all the roaches that are popping out. DRG in a bit of trouble here. Another Nidus goes down. Just pushing up now, taking out the queens very, very quickly.
Yeah, and he wants to basically just end this outright over here. More creep coming down.
A lot of transfusions being thrown down as that Overlord starts dropping creep.
Oh, the queen is going to get sniped. That's going to be game, dude. It's going to be a 3-1 victory here. RagnaroK going to be the second winner in the round of 6.
Yeah, definitely looked stronger than DRG here.
Yeah, definitely better at Zerg versus Zerg.
Yeah. But a good finish for DRG, top 6. Not bad at all for this season. In fact, I guess specifically got 6th place.
Yeah.
We're like actually ranking people.
Yeah, we could actually.
We're in
confirm
5th
that.
place too. Yeah, the damage has been dealt pretty heavily here. GG.
RagnaroK takes it. The man with the Nidus touch.
Oh. Everything he touches turns to Nidus.
Yeah. That's weird. So RagnaroK wins, and we're going to go to the next match here in the round of 6. In fact, it's the last match in the round of 6.
Yeah, and it could be a really interesting one. RagnaroK has shown a good mixture of some bigger macro plays and also a lot of cheese against Protoss. So him going up against Creator, we'll see who's able to take that. DRG thinking about his loss there. I think he really needs to go back to the drawing board with this matchup.
All right, RagnaroK vs. Creator coming up next, guys. We will be right back. Stick around.
for a minute. Everybody let it drop when I'm in it. Everybody let it drop when I'm in it. I'll be coming up hot for a minute.
저 의미야 우리가 기다린 사이다 저 의미야 부담 없이 즐기는 사이다 시기섬유 함유
이런 게 이 시대의 사이다.
실성 사이다 플러스
상큼함 맥스 칼로리 X 맛있는 탕 제로 요즘 제일 탐나는 제로 탐스 제로 같이 떠나볼래? 아침엔 라떼 홀릭 점심엔 라떼 홀릭 저녁엔 라떼 홀릭 풍부하게 달콤하게 라떼 홀릭
달달한 충전이 필요할 땐 칸타타
라떼 홀릭
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지. 오늘이 모여 새로운 나를 만든다. 나의 레벨은 다르다. 어나더 레벨 RO.6.
상큼함 맥스 칼로리 X 맛있는 탕 제로 요즘 제일 탐나는 제로 탐스 제로 같이 떠나볼래?
저 의미야 우리가 기다린 사이다 저 의미야 부담 없이 즐기는 사이다 시기섬유 함유
이런 게 이 시대의 사이다.
실성 사이다 플러스
아침엔 라떼 홀릭 점심엔 라떼 홀릭 저녁엔 라떼 홀릭 풍부하게 달콤하게 라떼 홀릭
달달한 충전이 필요할 땐 칸타타
라떼 홀릭
Today's matchup. Rogue. Creator. RagnaroK. DRG. Most competitive 1 versus 1 game. Africa TV Freak Up Studio Live. GSL Season 1 Code S.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. We are going to be going into the last best of 5 of the evening.
Yeah.
This is going to be Creator versus RagnaroK.
A big moment for them both. Top 4 is legit, man. And one of them is going to be going to it. Definitely not 2 players that we would have thought before this season would be going to the round of 4 this season, but one of them will be.
That's right.
The rest of the round of 4, you're like, yep, exactly. Dark, Rogue, and Trap. It's like they live in the round of 4.
They do.
Yeah.
And, you know, I worry for RagnaroK here because Creator is killing people that are way better than him. And I don't know how to say this. RagnaroK's playstyle can be a little bit hacky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot of, like, gotcha rushes and then gotcha nitises.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, I've been known to be a cheesy player. Okay, I like cheesy styles, but I'm just saying, I can't imagine that going up against what Creator looks like right now. You know?
Yeah, I think if Creator plays just a little bit carefully, I do think he's favored here. I think he's played a better season than RagnaroK, but RagnaroK has actually played a good season. That last match has kind of, I think, left a bad taste in our mouths because it wasn't the best played ZVZ from either side. It really was not.
Well, I think it comes down to that game where DRG did that rush. Oh, hold on a second, guys. That's why we're on camera. This is the information for the finals, guys. We're going to have, first of all, it's not going to be in the studio. It's going to be at Digital Media City at the Coliseum.
Yes. Don't we have 2 Coliseums now?
I think we do, which is a little bit weird.
We should
probably
name
name
one
the studio.
something
This
else.
is the Freak Up Studio, and then
What's other like famous Roman buildings? The Pantheon?
The Leaning Tower of Pisa.
The Pantheon, right? Or Parthenon or something like that?
The Parthenon.
Parthenon?
Pantheon is a series of gods.
We could call this new one the Aqueduct.
The Aqueduct.
Freak Aqueduct.
Guys, come to the finals. It's going to be great. Make a sign. Get the little, we give those out, the clappy claps.
Yeah, thunder sticks.
Thunder sticks, thank you. And have fun. Bring
it's
bring
fun.
your
I bet.
friends. Go get
I bet
Korean
it's
barbecue
great to
afterwards.
sit in an audience for a GSL finals. I wouldn't know anything about that, but I bet you it's amazing.
I bet it's great. Go get some soju with your friends. Talk about StarCraft all night. Get in a fight. Argue. Argue about whether or not Zerg's too
when you
strong.
said get in a fight, I thought you meant like after you're drunk, like fight somebody. I'm like tasteless. I don't
Do
They
that
shouldn't
too.
do that.
Get in an argument with your friend about the game. Go home, fight a cab driver. I mean, it's your night, man. Do what you got to do. Guys, we're ready for this next best of 5.
2022 GSL Season 1. Alpha X, RagnaroK.
RagnaroK.
Team MB, Creator.
Oh my god. So there was a drone going out into the middle of the map, and it and the probe came so close. I was staring at the mini map, but it looked like they barely entered each other's vision, but I think neither of them noticed. Offensive hatchery time.
Let's go.
He's going to do it at the natural.
Oh, I thought he was going to do it just outside. Okay.
Okay, well, normally we just see 4 probes pulled, and that's just like how people deal with this nowadays. There's 2. It's
RagnaroK
definitely
looking
not 4.
uneasy. In fact, it's just 1. So
Okay,
this always strikes me as a moment where, like, you either know how to stop this or you don't, right?
Well, for a while there, everyone was doing 4 probes, and it looks like he doesn't want to do 4. Like, we'll see the cybernetics core, so it should be some zealots into adepts, and then it feels to me like the counter adept pressure becomes very, very important.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to find out if this is actually going to work or not. Almost gets the block through. That's too bad for Creator. Had he actually stopped that, that would have been a pretty big
That would have been very annoying, especially when you know your opponent's going to have a couple of adepts coming across the map. You really don't want to take your base at your 3rd.
So, I mean, the idea is once the hatchery finishes, then you have a little bit of creep, and you can just delay the development on this side of the map.
Overlord flying over, he knows exactly what's going on here. Drone making a hasty exit. Getting that full scout on. Oh, he's going to go chase the drone as opposed to go across the map.
Well, is there any kind of weird tech you can do after this?
As Zerg?
Oh, no, as Protoss.
Oh.
I was wondering. I guess as I asked the question, I kind of already feel like the answer is no. I thought maybe there was like. No, it's actually so bad. I thought like maybe you don't make the Nexus and you just like tech into something and do a surprise attack, but I don't think that's possible.
We've seen people try like I want to say a quick Oracle before the Nexus, but I haven't liked any of it. And that's the number one thing you got to think about, whether I'm going to like it or not. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't just immediately go across the map, but it hides the fact that he's going Stargate, right? Because you can keep the drone alive if you don't send an adept after it. Like, it's really up to RagnaroK to make a mistake to not have that drone scout it. So, yeah, I guess that's just the choice that he made. Speed is going to be finished up relatively quickly here. No actual damage dealt by the adepts. So, it's just what it is, I guess. That Nexus is going to be finishing up.
He's going to move this Overlord a little bit away because he doesn't want to have that get sniped. You can see he's already looking for it. Oracle can spot for the Stalker.
Zealot chilling in the wall there for him. Very unbreakable.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start. I kind of thought this was going to be a really action-packed game when we saw the, excuse me, the hatch come down and set up, and you know. So like, now that we're at where we're at, I mean, is it really worth it for Zerg to do that? I feel like it's not. But is it good?
Oh,
or?
the offensive hatchery?
Yeah.
Well,
into like not really doing anything.
Here's what I really, really like about it. A lot of Protosses have very prepped openers. that might have tricks involved and stuff.
Sure.
Where as soon as you do that, their entire build order is gone.
Yeah.
The entire thing is gone. Like, you could have a secondary build prepped after that, but there's a little bit more flexibility in Zerg. You don't know 100% what they're going to do. They generally do what RagnaroK's doing, but I just want to throw that out there because I think throwing your opponent off of their game can be as good as having, or oftentimes better than having just a highly optimized game yourself.
Yeah. She's going to chase these oracles away. And, I mean, it's, again, yeah, going to be just a very ordinary game, I guess, for lack of better words here from Creator. This
it's
is like
stabilized, yeah.
It's like so many builds, they're like set up to make it look like it's not going to be, you know, or it's going to look normal and it's not. This is like just Creator. I think Creator might actually think he's just better than RagnaroK and just be like, I'm just going to get all my stuff, get all my upgrades, and play a normal game.
Honestly, I hope he thinks he's better than RagnaroK.
And, you know,
he needs confidence. Like, he needs to maintain confidence because he lost his last 2 matches now. He lost against Dark in the last day of round of 10, and then he just lost against Rogue, right?
Yeah.
So that's, you know, maybe it can start to erode all this confidence that he's been building, right?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that he does have that more positive mindset right now.
So, I mean, will we have any kind of weird Nidus timing here? I don't know. I feel like Protoss has a lot of momentum. The gateways have come down here.
He's getting a lot of gates. There is a Spire coming up. Okay. So, Ling Roach into Spire, it seems.
So the 6 gates are going to come down. The War Prism's going to come out, and we're going to have a very straightforward 3-base attack onto the Zerg. This is not an attack that is he needs to win the game with, by the way. This is just, you know, we're going to probably do a push out here, see if he can't try to take a fight. But you can see he's getting a 4th base. I mean, all the features, basically, of a you know, normal developing game. This is going to be a really good test of, you know, where Creator's at against a player like RagnaroK, because I feel like Creator should be pretty strong here.
It's a little bit of denied mining time here with the Oracles. He has a 2nd Prism on the way. That's fascinating. That's cool. That's different. You really don't see that very often at all. 7 Mutas coming up. Charge is on the way. +1 almost done. He has his 4th base. Going to be finishing pretty quickly here. 70 probes, man. Like, Creator is very good at keeping his probe production up.
Yeah, he's very much on top of that. He's got his Warp Prism sort of vacant over here on the right. Yeah, I mean, this has been a really quiet game, man.
It's strange that it has been, but
yeah,
you are right.
Okay, so here comes the push. The mutas are going to be going across the map. I don't think there's any cannons. Yeah, there's no cannons anywhere.
That is true.
So, like, these are going to do a lot of damage, but, you know, at the same time, these mutas are also not defending, so they're both going to be hitting each other pretty hard. But a forced warp in here, this might not look like a lot, but now these Stalkers are no longer with this army, and he's going to recall his entire push, bring it back here.
This was good for RagnaroK. Like, his mutas really, truly went undetected, and it's thrown Creator off quite a bit. To have to do a recall there as well as the warp in at home, certainly not what he was intending. Like, he wanted to hit that attack, unable to do so. A lot of Lings and Ravagers are out. +1 melee and Baneling speed finishing up here. RagnaroK's playing really well. It's much, much better than his Zerg Berserk.
Yeah, that's a pretty big catch there to get those 2 oracles. But I feel like all that Protoss has to do now is basically make cannons at each base and then just attack out again, right?
I think it's going to be hard to attack out because he's on a mostly Stalker army right now. And if he tries to attack in on creep against this type of army, I think you don't really have much of a chance. So, well, RagnaroK is bringing it to him. Rolling in a lot of Banelings in here. He actually blows up that overcharged battery. Very nice. Archon's taking a bit of damage here. Going to lose quite a few probes, but his worker count is actually still healthy, even losing those. Some juggling going down. He will live through this and save that Nexus, which is important.
Yeah, he's going to just back off with these mutas for now. Lots of Lings, Roaches, and Banes coming here. It looks like he wants to try to plow through with another attack. Some batteries and cannons are going to be assembled over here as Creator's got to get ready for this next move in.
Really would like to see some more Archons, if at all possible. Looks like RagnaroK is really gung-ho on utilizing a lot of Banelings here. If throw some force fields down, that's just going to slow things, not stop them. Oh boy, the Banelings rolling in towards these probes once again. Find some connections there. Little bit of a sloppy defense, unfortunately, here for Creator.
Yeah, I thought he was going to actually fare much better against this, but now I see this Nexus is so low. I think he could just, he could snipe it and just run away again without having to, he can cut his losses, basically.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of army here, unfortunately.
Look at the supply difference here. I mean, this is very, very big. It's 174 to 112.
Yeah. Definitely looking good right now for RagnaroK. And, like, yeah, I guess he's got his +3 started and everything. But he didn't really retain many high-quality units, right? So he's kind of... Well, no, actually he has 3 Immortals still, but... Let's see, if he can hold this cleanly, get that 4th base up, then we can talk.
Yeah, he's going to come through and clear this out. Dude, I think this game's going to end. Kind of a weird game, man. I mean, it was like, you know, RagnaroK did this weird thing, and I can't even tell if it's that good. And then, like, later on, RagnaroK just attacked Creator and killed him. Like, Creator never really got to do anything. I guess the big thing that did happen was the mutas flew through and drew the army back.
That ruined a lot. And, I mean, don't forget it opened up with that offensive hatchery, which threw off whatever Creator wanted to do. But yeah, the mutas definitely threw a wrench into the game plan here of Creator. You know, generally as Protoss, you're trying to hit at an awkward time for your opponent, but if they hit you and make you run away right as you get there, worst case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. GG. Yeah, the GG. That's my play-by-play. Okay. RagnaroK takes game 1. Again, I think probably the weirdest game of the day. I felt like I was struggling to find things to even say as that game developed, as they didn't really engage each other. Somehow RagnaroK gets ahead.
Yeah, no, it was interesting.
It would be odd to see Creator fall after how many great players Creator beat, like Maro in this tournament. It would be really weird if it's like, oh yeah, RagnaroK took Creator out. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, really and then RagnaroK died to the next guy. You know how it is. It's like, oh, okay.
Wrong stage of the tournament for that to happen. Now, who got up? It was Creator. Okay, so Creator, yeah. I think Creator's going to go and try to collect himself, which is a good choice.
No, I get that.
He's on a little bit of a losing streak right now. If you're dominating, like he was doing the best out of everyone in the tournament, then lost to Dark, then lost to Rogue tonight, and now down 0-1 against RagnaroK, who I think everyone kind of agrees that Creator has been playing better than RagnaroK, although that was a good game from RagnaroK.
I mean, basically the people that he beat, you know, last week were better than RagnaroK. I think that's fair to say.
Generally considered, yeah.
But keep in mind that he is, I feel like emotional players like Creator, a lot of times it can kind of combo from the previous games.
Yeah.
Like if you have a series of games that you've lost in a row today, even if in general you're probably in good form, I think that can be like a pretty big morale blow.
Yeah,
I don't think this is a factor with, you know, other players like Maro or Rogue, but and so that might be why he wanted to have that break. We do allow each player one moment to like kind of stop the show and go to the restroom.
Yeah.
And some players just stop it and, you know, walk in the bathroom and don't even do anything.
I don't think anyone actually has to go.
So it's like, I have to relieve myself. I think you just go and you go, okay, like what happened back there? What do I need to do? And so that's probably what he's going to do. And then he'll get back into the game.
Yeah,
and we'll see if he can play better.
As long as he centers himself and plays his game, he can still win this series. This first game, losing it like that. I mean, RagnaroK was extra tricky.
Yeah.
The mutas really did catch him off guard.
Yeah.
Well done by RagnaroK. But Creator has shown enough strong play, even in the games that he's lost. I'm still feeling him for this match, honestly.
Yeah. Again, such a weird game, that hatchery. Like blocking that, and then it just let the game go on. I think Creator's strats that he came out with versus Rogue were very cool. He definitely had stuff prepared. I wouldn't even mind seeing him do some of the same builds.
Absolutely. I
like
think
the
he
same
actually
ones he used
will.
against Rogue, just pull him out here against.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%
RagnaroK.
on that. I think that he can. It's not like he was like super tricky. Maybe not the blink, the like really quick blink build. I was not a fan of that. I know that he did well in that game, but that didn't seem like one he was supposed to win. Okay, let's see what he has ready here.
Yeah, look at him.
Refresh.
He's refreshed. He's ready to go. And, a best of 5, you lose one game, you still got a lot more games to go. But I think it is going to be important for Creator that he can stabilize here on Glittering Ashes and do what he needs to do.
All right, we are ready. Let's get this going. RagnaroK versus Creator, game number 2. It is loading up. Very important game here for Creator.
All right, guys, we're ready. Let's go. Let's go.
2022 GSL Season 1. Alpha X, RagnaroK. Team MB, Creator.
Hides the drone.
Wow, very cute.
Yep. He wants the probe to go up and check so he can just snag the hatch there.
This is definitely one way to do this. More commonly, we just see the worker, go around and make a base somewhere else. But he's going to come in here. Oh, that is sick. That's
was nice.
big.
That was a good turnaround there.
That's a huge moment because, now there's going to be so much more minerals, banked.
Yeah. He started his pool, in fact. That's how thrown off he was there. So really well done there from Creator.
Again, so good to have a studio audience down here. Where are the Terrans? They're all dead.
Yeah.
Our
Terrans are
species,
no
our
longer with us.
species is gone, unfortunately.
Not even Maru able to make it through, unfortunately.
Oh, I know. It sucks. I feel like usually we get close to having something like this in the tournament, but this time it actually happened.
Yes.
You
Normally
know.
we get like golden ratios somehow in the round of 4.
Yeah, exactly.
But this time it was not meant to be. 3 Terrans in the round of 10. None of them able to make it. It is a bit sad, honestly. I mean, look at the round of 4 so far.
Yeah.
Trap, Dark, Rogue. If you put Maru in there, you're like, that is the perfect round of 4.
Yeah.
Literally perfect. Especially if one of those matches is ZVZ. And then you're like, well, damn, we just have a good finals, don't we?
Yeah, usually we end up with 2 Zergs, a Terran, and a Protoss, and then the Zerg wins. Zerg wins the tournament in the end. So we don't know what Creator wants to do yet. We do see the Twilight Council is being made, but we can't draw any kind of major conclusion from that yet.
It might be that Blink build again.
Yeah, I know you said you didn't like it, but I wouldn't mind seeing him do it.
It didn't do it, and then like he did come back and end up winning there. But I mean, that's going to be a rare situation, I think, where it fails and then you still win. Here comes the Robo. See if it's blank. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, so I mean, this is looking a lot like that game with Rogue.
Or you can just not get any Twilight upgrades, just have it so that later on you can get +2. Dark Shrine.
DTs! He's going for Invisible Cape, boys.
Yeah, so it's like the old DT Archon drop, right? Let's see how many gates he goes for this, because it used to be that you go 4 gates, warp in 4 DTs at once, hit with the DTs once, turn them into Archons and harass, and then we had like a lot of different things that evolved out of that, and eventually we even got to the point where it was just 2 DTs and you take a third with just 2 gates. Here we're going up to 3 right now, which of course is in between those 2. 3 being in between 4 and 2.
Dude, you're such a good caster. It's crazy, man. Like,
you gotta lay it out for people.
You gotta let them know.
Some people don't know that.
We know all about the game and all about the numbers.
Chorn on the way. Prism gonna be finishing up.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. You know, DTs, it does seem to be very hit or miss, you know. Unlike a lot of the other units you get that have great utility, like if they just stop the DTs, you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna make an Archon now, and you know, it's not great.
Yeah.
I mean, not the end of the world either, but you know, it's
well, you're really looking to get some damage here. Warp's just outside of range there. The DTs walk in with the shades.
Oh, there's a spore there, though.
Yeah.
And another one being made in the main. Yeah, this just isn't going to do anything.
Well, I mean, when you turn them into Archons, you'd be all right. Oh, if the Lings had found that.
That would have been a big catch.
That huge. If you kill that first Archon, oh my god, it's terrible. Single Archon drop is, well, he brings a DT out here. Gonna have to cancel this, unfortunately. This is a very good counter from RagnaroK. He's doing really well this game so far.
All right, gets an Overlord. Couple jabs here and there.
Yeah, right now I do like where RagnaroK is at quite a bit. Single Archon, I mean, it just doesn't do that much. Look at that, already takes hull damage on that Prism.
So it's just going to fly back here. And again, I think this is going to be kind of like the last game. I think things are going to quiet down a little bit. Going to quiet down a little bit. Sorry, I'm going through puberty right now.
Finally.
Yeah.
You take off that stick-on beard now that you've been trying to trick people with. Grow a real one.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I bought this beard at a Halloween shop, so...
Oh, they could tell, Tasteless. We've all just been being quiet for you. Like, he's insecure, guys.
Yeah. That beard's not real. You look like an Oblivion character.
All right, double Archon drop into the main base. Okay, a couple drones already. Yeah, 4 drones. Okay, okay. Not bad. Not bad.
Kind of a funny exchange there. We've got the push coming down again now. I don't know if this is going to be that effective against RagnaroK. It seems like you should have enough,
right?
Oh,
the push? I think it's a poke only. I think he's going to just turn around. Like, you can't attack with 3 sentries, an Immortal, and a Stalker. Like that. That's not a real army. Now, if you bring the Archons over, you can suddenly maybe do a little bit more. The Spire is going to be finishing here pretty quickly, though.
Oh, is he going to get it? Oh.
That's a good pick. Prism is getting low, though.
Yeah, permanent damage on that. It's about at half health after the shields, of course. He's going to try to push in. Again, you got to watch that War Prism. If they snipe that, it's really, really bad.
Yeah, keeps that rather far back. Here comes this attack. Those Archons looking real beefy right now. Has an Observer in here as well. Does get picked off, unfortunately, but he did clear quite a bit of creep. Those Lings coming up from the side, not really doing very much. The Archon taking quite a bit of damage.
He kind of messed up that force field.
Oh, another Immortal pops up here. He does lose an Archon, but that's okay because the Lings are all gone. This is looking scary for RagnaroK.
Yeah, I feel like Crater's just going to bust him
here. Yeah.
This hatchery's just going to keep taking health. He's like trying to take fights and run away, but there's just too much extra damage. So he goes for a dive.
Oh boy, oh boy. Those are some good vials. He does micro out. Still has 1 Immortal left over. Another Immortal coming down now, very importantly. The Immortal dies, but you know what, Tasteless? I think he's pretty much done it.
No,
I think that RagnaroK is dead.
He got him. RagnaroK cannot hang on. The drones are being pulled here, but there's just no way.
Yeah, really well done. Blinks on top of those retreating roaches. This hatchery, of course, going to end up falling. Roach is still trying to fight. Another mortal comes up. Really no point left here, I would say, right? Like, Creator's on 3 base at home. RagnaroK does have a 4th at finish, but no drones at it yet. I'm sure he'll just transfer over to there. And, okay, he's trying to make some mutas now. That's the last-ditch effort.
So he's just going to keep pushing. Kind of surprised we're still in this game. But there's just nothing left. I mean, with the 2 Immortals here. Great blinks. Artosis, you talk.
Nah, I'm all done. I've said what I'm going to say this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 mutas flying across the map. RagnaroK is quite dead. I don't know what you're hoping for here. Like he's going to recall all the stalkers and kill the rest of his army or something because there's 3 mutas.
I felt like that. You know, when that ended, and then we just like, is he going to let him kill all his buildings? What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so 1-1. Creator comes back and looks pretty strong.
Yeah.
Some odd games so far, though.
Yeah, a little bit. A very old opener there from Creator.
Yeah.
But it didn't do too much. Like when he finally got the 2nd Archon, that did all right. But RagnaroK even forced to cancel in the 3rd, which was really good, I thought. That was a very nice moment for him. But yeah, the follow-up attack from Creator, really, really good.
Let's see what happens in game 3 now. Blackburn is going to be our map. I'm sorry, Berlingrad is going to be our map. That was close.
Oh, boy.
Woo. And yeah, let's see what happens with RagnaroK and Creator. I think Creator had a very clean game in that game too. But RagnaroK is sort of known to do Nidus stuff, do a lot of timing attacks, try to trip up the player, try to get him.
Does he go back to that here? Like, are we going to see something like an offensive hatchery?
Could be.
It might be time.
It's probably likely, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, after playing a game like that, that was just a regular macro opening, and RagnaroK, I felt like, even had a better opening, and still Creator came out on top.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, maybe it is time to bust out the cheese.
Okay. So, we're finally loading this game up. I was wondering it was taking so long. We're going to get into this game, see what happens. Again, Creator playing the best he's ever played. He's been in the GSL for 12 years now. But is this going to be his tournament? Well, he's got to beat RagnaroK right now to move on.
2022 GSL Season 1. Alpha X, RagnaroK. Team MB, Creator.
Bouncing a little bit. Quick pull here.
Yeah, he always sends that probe. We did not have the drone that was sent over there to go behind.
And RagnaroK just straight up going pool first. Okay. Gonna go ahead and take that hatchery at the 3rd, it looks like. No, he comes back. Look at that. Creator checks the main, sees that pool. Sees it's going to be finishing pretty quickly here.
So, a game where nobody's really getting interrupted or tripped up at all here to start things off. We're not going to have that hatchery trick like we had in game 1. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, we watch the Zerg develop. If we see him, you know, do something crazy like Ling Roach or something like that, we'll get to that when we get there, right? But for now, it's going to be the question of what does Creator want to do exactly here, you know?
Yeah, it is. Well, RagnaroK, he does enough aggressive plays that sometimes we got to look at what he's doing, but you're definitely right that generally we're going to check that Protoss tech.
I do feel like we're going to have a Nidus game in one of these games, though.
Oh, just like, do you mean like a Queen Ling Nidus on that type of thing? Or
I think so.
Okay.
Queen Roach Ling.
Yeah, it could be. I feel like, I do like the Queen Ling builds when they do them, honestly. They seem really, it's quick, there's a lot of Lings in there. Sometimes we do see them fail, though, even after they do a good job in the main. But if you get that Nexus, I mean, that's it. Okay. Stargate right now.
He's going to come in now. There's that Adept. Going to try to run in. So Stargate, we got to see, is it going to be Oracle or is it going to be Void Ray? What exactly is the plan there with that? And I'm trying to remember, you know, in Game 3, I know I just casted this, but sometimes we cast so many games in a row that I kind of jumble together in my mind. Game 3, when he went for Stargate, he went for Oracle Void Ray, right?
Well, this is Game 3.
I meant against Rogue.
Oh, against Rogue.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't make that clear.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, no, he did a mixture of the two.
Right. So
Yeah.
maybe he's going to try to bring that one out in this game now.
Could be. Well, I think if you're getting an Oracle, you'll either go Oracle Void Oracle or Oracle Void. I think because like you want to push the Overlords away. You want to have that little bit of extra defense. Yeah, there's the Void. Link's coming up. He has the probe ready, though. Does the nice little shade back. And just forces that back right away.
Yeah, it's a cool little technique where you can shade pylon and then the Adept cleanly gets behind that. So that Void Ray's coming now.
And not a very good first run on that Oracle. Takes some hull damage already, only killing one drone.
And this Overlord's going to get dropped right away. And again, you know, it's not clear right now to the Zerg what exactly the Protoss wants to do yet. It's not clear to us either.
No, for sure.
You know,
there's a lot of flexibility from here.
You can show your hand. You're going to have to do it at some point in time, but right now it's just a third base, and so he doesn't really have any plans. He's going to kind of see what's going on here and what he needs to do next.
Well, it was Oracle Void Oracle, and now a Robo coming up. Robo itself doesn't tell us too much. I'm actually kind of surprised it's just a Robo. If it's just a Robo, then he's going to be going into Disruptor, right? Like defensively? Because like you're not getting this right now to make a Prism. What, a Prism for your 4 gateway units? Like,
well, maybe he wants to get some Immortals and then just get a Warp Prism and then push.
Could be. Could be. Yeah, I mean, he's making a couple sentries. That
5 more gates.
Maybe you're right. Yeah. Like a Mortal into Prism here? With this many gates being made, that would make some sense.
Yeah, there's the Immortal now. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's going to be a very straightforward build, which is fine, by the way. I mean, you don't have to do anything too sneaky. Keep in mind as well, guys, like, there's so many Zergs in the tournament right now that Creator probably, if he has something that's super spectacular, if he's going to win the tournament, he probably doesn't want to use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think that he wouldn't have that mindset right now. It's been so long since he did well. I think you use absolutely everything at your disposal at every moment.
Okay, no, I think you're right. I will.
You have to be the biggest badass in the whole world.
I will grant that one because, like, yeah, if you haven't won yet, you just treat each step of the tournament like it's its own.
Dude, yeah, just putting a round of 4 under your belt is so big.
Yeah.
When you like couldn't even get a round of 16 for the longest time. A lot of Lings on the way. Prism is out. Observer coming. Spire about halfway done. Don't think he's going to have any room to make any Spire units, though. Have to just see production here. 4th base is coming up for him as well. Good amount of sentries in here.
Okay, he's going to push in now. He does not manage to snipe that queen. More of these. Okay, he activates the oracles.
Yeah,
They're
really nice.
Oh, and those connects on the bios, or I should say lack thereof, pretty painful right now.
And you know what? Those oracles are doing so much work here. The Void Ray as well. They push everything back significantly. And look at this, almost no units left over here for RagnaroK.
I feel like this game's going to end.
It might.
I think we're going to see Creator do this again in the next game, too. Okay, he does get that Void Ray. There's just too much over here. Drones are pulled, more Stalkers in the back, more Warpins in the back as well.
Yeah, RagnaroK not looking too happy with this situation. The Spore even dies before the Observer does.
Yeah.
Units popping out, just getting picked off immediately. Some additional Ravagers come down. If he can hit good Biles, maybe there's some way back, but I don't think there's a real possibility of that.
Yeah, and he's just going to keep pushing, keep doing damage, keep killing it.
Yeah, very few units left over. RagnaroK on the brink of defeat here. Not out yet, it is a best of 5. Creator looking to go to match point.
Yeah, this game's over. 17 drones down. What? Every last Ravager is sniped. GG, yeah. Creator moves it up 2-1. Very, very cool to see. Woo, he's got to shake it out.
Yeah, he is so close to a round of 4 right now.
Taking the glasses off.
Yeah, we got RagnaroK over here. He's biting his lips. He's kind of laughing there.
Doing a little bit of lip munching. Meanwhile, Creator, he knows, okay, just one more game. Again, a very emotional player, but he's emotional because he loves the game and he wants to win.
RagnaroK muttering to himself a bit.
I wish he'd zip up to that jacket. That bothers me. It looks like he's ready for an alien to burst out of his chest in a movie.
You've got to regulate that body temperature.
You do, man. Can you ever play with a hoodie or a jacket on? I actually cannot.
Oh, I normally start with it, but as I lose games, my body temperature goes way up, tasteless. If I went on a losing streak,
you're just stripping down to your underwear,
dude. If I went on a losing streak on a glacier, I would drown.
Okay, game 4, Blackburn is the map. Can RagnaroK pull it back? Right now, these games have been very straightforward. I mean, Creator is just pushing and ending the game. I think it's time for a Nidus, Artosis.
A Nidus? Blackburn? Could be.
Could be.
It could be.
You know the Trevor's movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right, guys. Game start.
2022 GSL Season 1. Alpha X, RagnaroK. Team MB, Creator.
I've become a Creator fan. How
everybody
can you not?
has.
Oh, everybody is.
Even RagnaroK, he's like, damn, I want to win, but I also want him to win.
Okay.
Oh. It blocks that hatch once again, which is nice, but not really the end of the world, I think, especially on this map.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's see what kind of game we're going to get here. I mean, you have both the players, you know, on this map. Obviously, they share the bottom, kind of expanding and moving up. But I don't know. I look at this and I just feel like Creator could do something almost identical to Game 3 and just be fine, right?
I mean, it's not bad, yeah. If you go like Oracle, Void, Oracle, you're like really safe. You have harassment potential, you have good scouting going on. Thing is, I think if you do exactly the same thing twice in a row, your opponent 100% is going to block it better.
It has to,
because it's
right?
so fresh in their mind. It just makes a bit more sense to mix it up a little bit.
No, I get what you're saying, yeah. I mean, it's... Oh, I guess what I was trying to get at is he doesn't have to do anything fancy. He doesn't have to surprise anyone. He doesn't have to catch anybody off guard, you know, to win. He might do that anyways. There's nothing wrong with that, but it does seem like if things are kind of ordinary, like in the game, it's pretty textbook development games, he'll just win with a push.
Twilight coming up.
There it is.
So we're definitely going to have some pressure coming out. I think it's going to be the Stalker build, Tasteless. The one that we saw in Roughneck against Rogue.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a Glaives build, but we haven't really seen Creator falling back on a Glaives at all, have we? I can't remember a Glaive build that he's done this tournament yet.
No, I don't think so. No, I think he had one that he did, right?
Did he?
I think he had one Glaive
Wasn't
build.
today, but
no, not today, but
possibly.
I could be wrong, though. And here's the Robo now.
I mean, it's definitely something in every Protoss's portfolio. Well, we're about to see Dark Shrine. Oh, okay. You know, this build, it's like, this was for a long time the standard macro opener for this matchup. It gave you scouting, it gave you pressure, it gave you potential for real damage with the DTs.
Yeah.
It forced roaches, and you had a Robo already, so you could go into Immortals. For a long time, this was the best build. I think basically ZEST brought back Stargate, and then it kind of shifted into Stargate. And
yeah.
Nowadays, certainly Stargate is more popular, but I think this is not a bad idea at all, especially against someone like RagnaroK, who might be a little bit more likely to do a very strong early push. Because DTs, I mean, if you try any sort of push where you don't have a layer, and they went DT quickly, like it's over.
Yeah.
Your push does 0. So it's safe in that regard, so it kind of like heads anything like that off at the pass. It gives him, again, potential for damage and maybe some harassment. I'm taking it. Good choice from Creator, I think.
So he's going to move out now, try to put some pressure on. We've got a dozen Lings and a Roach Warren coming. And I don't think this is going to be too much of a threat at all here. But again, you know, the Adepts are kind of a red herring in the build, basically. You know, you come out with these Adepts, and then you're going to bring the DTs in there.
Yeah.
I actually didn't see. Did he have a Spore?
Single DT. 2 spores are making. Look at this.
Can he run by? Can he actually run by up the ramp into the main and not be seen?
Oh, with the DT?
With the DT? Can he actually do that?
I think that he would just see at the very edge of the ramp. All right, well, I mean, everyone knows what's going on. The Lings come in to try to cancel a third that hasn't been started. DT comes down.
Yeah, they are going to get a surround on some of these Adepts, but I think most of them actually are going to... Oh, he cancels a Shade. That was kind of weird.
No, the Shade happened. He just didn't have it go anywhere.
Oh,
it was
I'm
like
sorry.
It was right next to him.
I got confused. I'm like, what happened there?
Yeah, no, it was weird.
It was a weird moment. Definitely a mistake.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't really have a third up or anything, so there was no cancel there. You eliminated a few Adepts. The Adepts are really not that valuable right now anyways, whatever. Layer is about to finish. Third Nexus has been started. Single Archon is just not that scary.
Yeah.
He does have a second one at home, so maybe he goes home, picks it up.
2 is much stronger.
Oh!
Whoa! Gotta be
Some
careful.
serious hull damage.
Forge is coming down, and Immortals are coming out, and nice catch. Yeah, I mean, I think he's just going to set up for a push a little bit later on, taking out any tubers he can. Nice save there, picks up and backs off.
You know what's a little bit interesting here, right? Because I was talking about how, like, Archon drop used to force Roach, which you would just make Immortals against, and then you have, like, a pretty solid army. And then Rogue started countering it with Mutas, and we see RagnaroK throwing down the Spire. So maybe that's something that we can see here from him.
Yeah, let's find out if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, he sees the Spire, though. So that definitely makes it a bit harder for RagnaroK to squeeze that in.
It's hard to be surprised, right, when you have that coming. The War Prism's going to back up now. He's going to try to chase down this Overseer if he can.
Be able to kill that off. I mean, you basically see what you were looking for. You might have also been wondering, is there a Stargate or anything like that? Honestly, I don't think Stargate is good here. I think you have to see on Blink Archon to counter any possible mutas. You do not want to add in Phoenixes. Your army will just become trash. All right, here it comes very slowly through those slow zones. Clearing a little bit of creep. Oh, that's annoying. Loses his battery instantly.
Yeah, so he's just going to keep a little bit of light pressure out there, but he backs up. On RagnaroK's side of things, I mean, he's just continuing to pump out a lot of Roaches, a lot of Ravagers. We do know a push is coming. I think it's probably desirable right now for the Zerg to just keep growing into the top right. Protoss may not even try to push the gold base as much as just try to push anywhere. You know, this map's pretty good for Zerg because nothing that you've expanded to is actually that close for the Protoss to attack.
Yeah, I see what you're saying with that.
We need to get this Archon out of here, man.
Yeah, no, he's stuck.
We need to get a little Weight Watchers Archon so we can get out of there.
Imagine a smaller Archon.
Yeah.
That would be better, right? What if the Archon was like the size of a DT?
Well, then it would just feel weird when it kills stuff. It's supposed to be kind of epic,
the amount
right?
of damage that it would be putting out.
Yeah, it'd have to do less
And the
damage.
amount of health being that small, that doesn't
What
make
about
sense.
a mini Archon, man? It's like a little cotton ball.
A little half Archon?
Yeah.
What if a DT could split into 2 Archons, like baby Archons?
Nexus. We're going into a real macro game here, guys. Zerg's maxed, so there may be some plans to try to attack somewhere. I do think that Zerg could probably get behind the gold minerals there and try to hit that.
Yeah, he definitely could. Baneling's speed is coming up. A lot of lings being made. I think you're right that RagnaroK's going to attack. But if you're just going, like, spreading some batteries, yeah, look at this, 29 Banes. If you're just spreading some batteries and keeping up your production of Immortal, Archon, Stalker, look at this, 6 Archons, 5 Immortals. That's pretty scary. If you have, like, a little bit of support for that, it's hard to imagine this more, like, Baneling, Zergling-focused army doing very much.
Okay, it's attack time here for RagnaroK. I think the positioning here from Creator probably could not be better.
It's pretty damn good.
It's pretty sick.
Like, look at that. Whatever Baneling's going to do against this. Okay, here we go. Rolling in. And goes right for that mineral line. A lot of bios coming down. Oh, did we lose the Prism right there? I believe we did, yeah.
And there was one Archon in it as well.
But look at it. Just the army quality of Creator is so high here.
It's like the perfect army.
It really is. This is a scary, scary army.
Okay, a little blink up there.
Dealing that little bit of extra damage. He has the gold base up. It's 4 base versus 4 base.
Yeah.
Higher quality still here for Creator.
Again, and a couple really nice snipes. More Banes are going to be made here, but again, I think the army is complex enough from Creator that he's going to be okay, right?
Yes, 100%. Like, you have to get into something else. You can't just keep making Ling Bane against this. Look at this, he's adding more Archons. It's like, he already has the comp countered, and he's countering it even harder now. Creator is retaining, like, his high-quality units, continuing to build upon them.
More Immortals and Archons coming out here. That's going to make these Banelings a lot less effective. Where does he want to push, though? That's the question. I mean, this is a really nice spread, and there's not a whole lot of valuable units.
Boy.
Oh, Creator really messed that one up. I mean, RagnaroK, I'm sorry.
Yeah, RagnaroK, he has enough Roach Ravager that he can power down Archons if they get too far away from the rest of the army. Okay, here he goes again. Do we have any force fields? No, not this time. So the Banelings are getting some done. They do damage the Stalkers quite a bit. RagnaroK's still high in supply. This gold base going to be denied for now. Now, what is RagnaroK's play from here? This is difficult. Has a lot of supply, though.
Yeah, I mean, it is. This is a great position that basically Creator's gotten himself into. He can kind of shell the hatchery, get that. Does he want to try to push down into the third, I guess? Or is it really more worth it to try to go all the way to the top right?
Creator has done so much. Honestly, the best play here is to not walk onto creep.
Yeah, you might be right. Just kind of stay back and keep growing.
He just
and
killed
be
the gold base. He's doing so well here. He's doing so well, and his army is getting better, whereas RagnaroK is making more of the same.
Yeah.
He keeps maxing out on Ling, Bane, Roach, Ravager. And, I mean, as long as we're adding Archons and everything, it's going to be just so hard to make that damage happen.
And so, yeah, I think he just stays back. I think you're probably right, actually, Artosis.
Stalkers blinking back, just walking up the hill.
Look at this spread.
Archons. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, look, I'm just going to get more bases than you.
I feel like against this, like, you need, like, Broodlords, man. It's just...
Yeah. Well, it goes to show you why you really want to make sure you have creep behind the gold base so you can actually take fights there.
I think that just his unit composition in general is just so difficult to fight against Creator with. And, like, the attack he didn't really do it, and then Creator just walks up, you're right. Without creep there, it was so hard to defend.
Dude, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, Creator he is coming for him now. Let's see what these Banelings can do this time. All right, throws down some Biles. Oh, those were decent Bile hits. Has to cancel a lot of the Banes he was making.
Yeah, Bane's coming in.
Well, the Immortals get pulled back. He actually has cleaned a lot of the high-tech units.
I mean, I don't know, man. All these Lings are going to be remade. He's not going to have enough Banes to actually try to take this fight. There's still Immortals, there's still Archons here.
Yeah, as you add in charge lots, if there's no Banes, then that's going to help a lot.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's gotten rid of most of the high-tech units. If only RagnaroK had a little bit more here. Look, it's just Stalkers now.
Oh, and he gets that War Prism. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that is. Those mutas actually came in big time.
He takes the hatchery out.
He does. He does. But that army that he had been working towards all game long and that won him like the last 5 battles is gone. He has to start remaking it. So this is where, as RagnaroK, you once again try to max on exactly the army you just had and go again, because suddenly, like, the army of Creator won't fight as well against it, but you can see RagnaroK having a hard time getting as many units. His economy has really been hurt.
So, I mean, he's going to try to attack in here. I don't think this is going to be successful, but I guess RagnaroK has to try to do what he can with what he has, right?
Yeah.
Problem is, Roach Ravager, not good at retreating against Stalker.
No,
so,
not
like,
when there's more Stalkers, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you could blink and catch up like that. Good snipes, really good snipes. And again, it's, you know, everybody probably knows this, but it's worth mentioning anyways. You know, Roach Ravager eats up so much supply that it can be misleading when you look at the supply numbers.
Ling's the opposite, and Baneling's the opposite.
Yeah, very true.
All right.
Templar Archives. I guess that was never made.
Yeah, he's been making these
funny,
off DTs all game, yeah. Might be wanting to get some Psystorm in there now, too. Okay, Hive is on the way. This game is actually getting really interesting, I think.
I agree.
RagnaroK, like, I definitely did not believe in the direction he was going, but he's made something out of this game. All right, 9 killed. Still gonna have decent saturation there.
Yeah, good play there. So now he's gonna keep pushing up.
The DT.
Yeah.
I don't think you can. I mean, you can do a lot of blink micro here, I guess, but it doesn't really feel like he can attack RagnaroK right now.
Well, it's going to be a while before Creator can do what he wants to do. Oh, never mind, actually.
That's a good move.
That's a good move.
Well,
he
again,
needs
no
to get
creep
creep
back
here,
there,
dude.
right?
You need to get creep back there.
It's pretty far away. It seems like hard to creep up that area, but definitely without the creep, like, that's the one area Creator can continue to hit.
Oh, that was sick.
Yeah, just in the nick of time there.
He's going to lose his gold base. You know, I just feel like Creator is bringing this game in the right direction.
Hive is done. Greater Spire, there you have it. Now that's definitely what I wanted to see here. When he had the Immortals, it would have been even better, but Archons have a terrible time against Broods. There are a lot of Stalkers, but if you just have enough underneath, like if you try to blink into... Oh, that's so funny. they run through the broken
mine it
mineral
out,
patch.
yeah.
But the stalkers into Archon can't follow.
Yeah, they're too big.
Yeah. Anyways, if you have enough underneath, like even Banelings here, if you try to blink underneath the Broods and then you just roll Banelings in, there's no retreat.
Yeah.
So a lot of this might come down to just whatever engagement occurs here when the Broodlords are out. Because I don't think you can kill them before Broods, right? That is a lot of Archons now. I mean, maybe he needs to attack right now, man.
I feel like if Creator can keep that gold base like not a thing, and then just keep attacking this base down here, like it's what he's gonna do. He's gonna break this up, and dude, there's so many Archons.
There's 10 Archons.
Let's hallucinate some more,
This
man.
is gonna be the greatest snowball fight of all time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a lot of Archons. Okay, we do have Broods making. He needs to pull back. Give up a base. Give that base up, RagnaroK, if you want to win this game. Give it up. He has to keep the main army alive to support the Broods. He can retake that later. No. This is, like, he just can't lose this army.
But I think that either way, he's in a lot of trouble. I mean, Broodlords you don't have to engage with. You can run.
That's true, but, like, I think if he loses this army, the game ends. Whereas, now that he has the Broodlords, okay, now let's see how it goes. Okay, gets one, blinks away. I like that a lot. RagnaroK will be more on top of it this time, I think. Okay, the Broodlords, yeah, they're slowing down a lot here. Those Archons taking some massive damage. The Baneling's trying to roll towards those Stalkers. The Archon's eating them up.
I think there's just too much.
Yeah, I think
it's
you're
not
right.
enough. One more blink and those Broodlords are going to be gone.
Creator just took his hand off his keyboard, brought it up to his mouth. He is in shock because he is about to go to the round of 4.
This is an insane moment. Creator, who's been in the GSL for 10 plus years, is going to come in here and close this out. He can barely believe it as the rest of the army here of Creators is going to run over RagnaroK. GG!
Amazing. So well done from Creator. RagnaroK unable to make it, put up a great tournament, and will end up in 5th place.
Wow.
But Creator now goes to the round of 4. What a big moment for him.
What an insane result to have here. Nobody was able to do quite what Creator was doing in this tournament. And again, it's like he's a different player. And let me tell you something, man, this has got to be an emotional moment. I mean, all this stuff paid off. All that hard work. Some people, they bloom a little bit later than others. We're going to have an interview now with Creator. We're going to see how he's feeling, what he's thinking, now that he is going to the round of 4, the GSL Codas.
Congrats to him. Such a big moment. You can see how happy he is as well. I think everyone is happy for him also.
Creator defeats RagnaroK, and he comes out on top. Congratulations, Creator. Thank you.
와, 이렇게 인터뷰석에 오시면서 다리에 힘이 풀려.
Wow, Creator, you seem overwhelmed with joy right now and happiness. How do you feel right now?
일단 사실 그냥 진짜
Like,
맨날
honestly speaking,
이번에 20강부터 이길 때마다
every time I won since the round of 20,
꿈만
everything seemed like a dream to me. Everything felt surreal.
꿈인 것 같고.
And right now, it still does feel surreal, and I don't know how to I don't know what to say right now. I'm just like so beside myself with joy. And Creator, I'm sure you're like thinking of people who you want to share this joy with. So who do you want to thank? Who do you want to thank right now?
당연히 이제 가족들.
I mean, of course, my family.
항상 응원해주니까.
Most of all, they're always cheering for me.
단장님 포함해서.
And my team manager,
동료 게이머분들,
and also my fellow gamers. They help me so much with the scrims.
진짜 너무 감사하게 생각하고
So I'm really thankful to them.
그리고 팬분들도
And also to my fans, of course.
응원을 많이 해주세요. 그래서
They've been cheering for me for such long years. You know, before you finished the last game, we saw the smile on your face. We knew that you were confident that you would close out the series. I mean, even before that, I felt like I won this game. But RagnaroK still had a lot of army, and he had a good surround on me. But still, I didn't feel like I'd lose to him with my team composition.
진작 이겼어야 됐는데.
But you know, I should have lost. I should have won a lot earlier, but the game did stall out for long. So creator, you've been in the scene for over 10 years, and finally you reached your career high, which is round 4. And today your timing attacks were so fierce and so sharp. And I know you favor this composition with your army, and you tend to play very aggressive. And you did also go for the harass today, which you don't usually go for.
한 세트 한 세트씩 준비했거든요.
I mean, I did practice solely for Rogue,
만약에 지면은
and when I did lose,
스타일로 해보자.
and then you know my mindset was to if I lose against Rogue, I'm just gonna play my freestyle
나간 건 아닌데
strategy.
그냥 화가 너무 많이 나더라고. 진짜 화가 너무 많이
You know, at the
나서
time, my mentality wasn't broken, but I was really infuriated, and I was keep wondering how to win.
스파이어 가고 뮤타를
Zerg these days, they go for Spire and they go for the Mutas right away. That's their playstyle these days. So I really try to exploit that strategy beforehand. I mean, creator, you accumulated 10 Archons in the end to hit the nail in the coffin.
사실 이런 플레이를 저그 전에 제가 봤을 땐 저만 좋아하는 것 같아요.
I mean, I think I'm the only player who favors this strategy against Zergs.
이거를 한 3-4년 동안 제가 썼기 때문에
I mean, I've been using this strategy for like 3 or 4 years,
괜찮은 빌드
and I feel like this strategy is currently in the meta, and I think it's pretty good.
숙련된 빌드라 네.
I mean, this is a build that I have high proficiency with. All right, one last question, creator. You did lose to Rogue, but there were some games that you won with some good builds, but you lost to the Mutas. So, any disappointment in that?
저는 사실 1세트는
I mean, the first game,
제가 이겼어야 됐고
I should have won that game. In the second game, he should have won it.
제가 원래 준비한 빌드라면 제가 오랜러시여서 이긴 건데
I mean, with the build that I prepared for, it was a win for me because of all-in rush. But I got fended off by Rogue,
바꾼 게 좀 페인이 됐고
and I think, you know,
어쨌든 결과론적인 얘기인 거니까
that was a lost cause.
인정하고 백렬이 형
So I admit it.
잘한다는 걸 오늘 다시 한번 느꼈어요.
And then, you know, I acknowledge him. He's a very good player. He's a stellar player. Right, creator, have you played in best of 7 before?
GSL에서는 없고요.
Not in GSL,
큰 해외 대회에서는
but in big tournaments overseas, I have had experience with it.
제가 인터뷰에서 이제 나의 시대다라고 생각하는지 질문 드렸을
So
때
creator,
아니다.
before
복수하게
we asked you, is it your era right now?
이제 올라가지고
Is it time for creator to shine?
직권에 들어왔잖아요.
And now that you're in the round of 4,
좀 놓친다.
do you think this is your era and do you think you can win
20강
the overall
시작할 때는
season?
뭐 우승이 아니라 그냥 진짜 20강만 뚫으면
In the beginning, you know, my mindset was let's try to move on from the round of 20. But still, I feel like I'm insufficient. I still need more practice.
뭐랄까요, 좀 기대는 안 하고 있어요.
So, you know, right now I don't have any high expectations. But, you know, I would like to move on to the finals if I could.
팀원들이랑 가족들 막 초대할 수 있어서
And I really want to invite my family, my teammates, and everyone else to the venue in my final stage.
삼선승제라고 합니다. 이 부분 전달해드리도록 하겠습니다. 자, 조성호 선수와 4강전을 하게 됐는데요.
So Trap,
첫
you'll be
4강 어떤
playing.
모습일지
So you'll be playing as Trap in the round of 4. So any closing thoughts?
성호 형이랑 하게 되는데
Yeah, I'll be playing as Trap. That's right.
모르겠어요. 좀
I'm not sure right now.
항상 뭐 편하게 하지만 자신은 있거든요.
You know, I always try to play
프전은
comfortably, but confidently at the same time.
선수와 해도 이길 수 있고 질 수
You know,
있기 때문에
no matter who my opponent is, there's an equal chance of winning and losing.
오늘 믿어보겠습니다.
I'm gonna bet on my fortune on that day.
알겠습니다. 다시
Right,
한번
thank you for your words, creator. Once again, congratulations. Thank you.
We wrong? Going up against Trap?
Could have sworn the
Okay,
brackets had him versus Dark.
Sorry, guys. This format's new to us too.
We shall
okay.
see.
Yeah, let's see. Is this correct?
Okay, so this is the results for today. Rogue and Creator both move up to that round of 4.
Right.
2 Zergs and 2 Protoss remain as we move forward.
It was a fun day for the round of 6. And
There were some good games in there. Like I
Yeah.
actually think the ZVZ series was not fantastic, but the PVZs were both pretty good. I think especially this final match was really nice. Some well-played games in there.
I agree.
It was kind of that last game was cool. Oh, it is Trap versus Creator and then Dark versus Rogue. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, well, great. Well, this means that...
okay, so the lines that we have coming out of the round of 6 don't mean anything.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense then.
Because they were... That's why I thought it was like that.
No, I thought the
Anyways,
same thing. So it's Trap vs. Creator.
PVC Finals. That's amazing.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Okay, so Dark vs. Rogue, they have the most bonkers Zerg vs. Zerg matches when they play against each other. And then Trap vs. Creator, I don't know what to think about this. I actually do think Creator has potential to win that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough, but if Creator can do it, I mean, he's going to be in our finals.
That would be amazing.
And by the way, the finals. It's going to be
Finals are
at
gonna be great.
Digital Media City at the Coliseum.
Big
Not-
audience.
Not the John Schill Coliseum, to be clear, but Digital Media City. It's a little tricky to find, so I'd recommend you get there a little bit earlier so you can scope it out.
Yeah.
Especially if the opening ceremony is important to you when you want to watch the matches.
Well, it's one of the best parts, honestly.
I think so. I think
It's amazing what they
we
do.
put a lot of love and hard work into that here at Africa TV. So, yeah, do be sure to come down and see that. Our first live finals with an audience since the pandemic hit.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be there. We hope
Yeah.
to see you guys there. Very exciting round of 4. We have 3 real regulars that are always making it deep. And then we have Creator, who's having the best run since 2012. So that's like
real
literally
Cinderella
10 years.
story here.
Yeah.
This guy's been putting his heart into the game for a long time. But Trap is extremely hard to beat.
Yeah.
We got to keep that in mind as well here. Trap does not...
Dude, Trap's been to like 3 finals or something already. So
yeah,
like he knows
he's one
how
of these
to
guys
win.
this is just another day at the office for him, being in the studio and trying to get into the finals again.
Yep.
That's all the time we have, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you Thursday. We love you. Take care. Bye-bye.
It's hard to breathe. Yeah.